dog. Those kind of places. What was that? Ambulances all the time. But the elderly that they're starting to get dementia or what have you,
right.
And they don't realize where they are. They will like yell, "Help me!"
Yeah.
Who are you? That type of stuff. I can't tell you how many times I come home driving drunk, just like you said back in the day. Did it all the time.
I was talking about like yesterday, last week, Sunday.
Dude coming from the club, Zelda's, Cecil's, what have you, Bananas.
Right.
Drunk, 2:30, 3 in the morning. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten out of my car and I can hear the screaming and I get so scared looking around because it's pitch black. Dude, I run to my apartment because I'm so jiggling my keys trying to get it into the lock. Because help me.
Right.
Help. Dude, 3 in the morning? Oh, man.
Do you know who takes care of that landscaping right there?
Who?
Fucking Rosebush's dad.
Oh, is that right?
I don't think they have the account, but they used to. But I started exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Dude, craziness.
Speaking of fucking Rosebush, man, not to switch subjects all of a sudden, but we can jump onto another subject. Fantasy football, bro. Fantasy football. We were in 2 different leagues. I was on top of one league for a minute.
Right.
Running it. I wound up in 3rd fucking place, and my team fucking just dropped the ball. Adam took 2nd, and Jim took 1st at Moneyball League. And then in the Whiskey Glass Podcast League, fucking shout out to Rosebush, he took fucking 1st prize.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, dude, and I have something for him, but, you know, like I said, I don't know where my man's at, but he's got a ring, dude. I got him
no shit.
Yeah, bro, it's sick. And I got to give it to him. I was going to do like a whole presentation on the show and shit, but spill the beans now.
Oh, but they're both your leagues.
Both, the Whiskey Glass one was kind of our league. Like we put it together.
And the other one was yours?
Yeah, the other one's mine.
What did the winner get from
$350.
No. As far as like a little prize.
Oh, he's got a trophy.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, trophy.
Did you supply it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that's off the hook.
It is, huh? Because you've been a champion before. Huh?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a trophy.
Yeah. How'd you get it?
I had to buy it.
Oh man, Rob! Shots fired, bro. The Pitbull
I had to buy my own trophy.
Damn. What?
I got a question for you, kid.
Yeah.
Our boy Mingo.
Yeah.
Dude, how many teams do we have?
Oh, 10-man league or 12?
Oh, let's say 10.
10, yeah.
I was numbered.
Oh, it's my league. My bad. 10-man, yeah.
I came in 9th. And I honestly I have a hard time because I really don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But Mingo knows less than me. What are you coming 6th?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how he did it because I felt he was drafting a lot of he drafted 4 tight ends, right? And we were all making fun of him. But the players that he did draft, I didn't pay attention to his team really. He had a solid team, dude. He just wasn't managing it right. He probably could have done a lot better if he would have actually paid attention to his team and done it right. Because he had a good team, bro.
Really?
Yeah. He made some dumb mistakes. Like he dropped Dak for no reason. Like I picked him up. I was like, what are you doing? He had a lot of injuries too on top of that. So besides that fact, he actually had a stacked team.
Man.
But my team wasn't all that great. I made some pretty smart trades in the beginning of the season that helped me out to put me on top. And then I had some injuries, and then it fucked me over. And then because I went straight for that number 1 spot, and it was fucking nice. But my team didn't deserve to be up there. I was pulling out wins just barely. You know, at one point I was even putting up 100 points and still winning. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. But I manage my teams very well. Like I do 2 things. One, I figure out who I'm playing against, and I figure out what kind of moves he's gonna make. The person who's hard to do is my father-in-law Dan, because he's just like me. He likes to pick up guys on the wire, like try to see who's gonna do what.
Right.
And he's real stinky about that. And usually, for whatever reason, he's always above me, and like he'll take a player that I want. I'm like, fuck, dude, fucking Dan. And he don't play him. I'm like, come on, Dan. God damn. He wound up in 2nd.
Right.
And then
I could have sworn he was gonna take it.
Wait, did Dan wind up in 2nd? He did, huh? Did I wind up in 4th, bro? I wound up in 4th.
Who'd you go up against? Was it Rosebush?
I went up against Dan. He fucking beat me.
So how then he couldn't have gotten 2nd?
Who? Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me, and then he played the championship. Got to
yeah.
first round, and then lost to Jim, so he got 2nd.
You know what's a trip though? how, you know, the valley is so small.
Yep.
One of my homeboys from high school, a lot of us turned 50 this year from high school.
God damn.
Yeah, tell me about it. And so one of my homies, towards the end of the year, he turned 50, and COVID kind of messed up everybody's like little birthdays. Definitely mine. But one of my homies turned 50, and he had a party at his house. So we kind of reconnected, if you will. So now, like, there's a group text that's going on with these cats from high school.
Oh, got it.
And one of the homies I found out is one of Rosebush's cousins.
Oh, yeah.
Raul.
Yeah, Raul, yeah.
So what's a trip is, okay, and then I figured we found that out.
Right.
I'm like, damn, one of my homies your cousin. Raul had went to Vegas to go watch a fight. And in the group text, he sends a picture of him and his cousins that he went up to this fight with.
Right.
And the picture is one of your other cousins that was in the
Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
And I even told Raul, I was like, I'm in a fantasy football league with that kid.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm like, man, this valley is so small.
For real. I remember that too. He's a big old USC dude, huh?
Yeah.
I remember figuring that out as well when you did the name drop, and then they were talking about it. I was like, dude, I think that's the same dude. And then I think you took a picture of wherever you guys were at hanging out, and I showed Ron. I was like, is this your cousin right here? He's like, yeah. I was like, damn, dude, my fucking uncle knows him. And then the whole USC thing was like fucking small world, dude. Big time.
Very small.
And then the other dudes too, Will and fucking the brother that own Holland Farms.
Yep. We
ran into them a week before you guys went out when we were shooting that movie. And then that dude, I happened to meet him the first time and they were cool as fuck. And just a small world. We were supposed to do a show with them too. And it happened that you guys hung out that one weekend or whatever for that birthday party. I was like, dude, what a fucking small fucking world.
Very small.
And it happened that quick. Like, quick turnaround. Damn. But, yeah, dude, shout out to fucking Adam for fucking winning the Super Bowl, the fucking championship. You got a fucking ring right here. I should have brought it out here so you can see it. It's actually pretty sick. I'll show it to you after. Maybe take a snapshot of him.
Is it like
it's
GOG? What do they call it? God. Where it's overly done? Not goggy.
Flashy?
Yeah, I mean, like, it looks so fake because it's like humongous. Like it's like a toy ring.
It looks like a Super Bowl ring.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I think I opened it real quick and it came in like a nice little wood case and shit. Wow, dude, not bad. And it's got a little weight to it. It's not like plastic. Yeah. It's not plastic at all. There was another fucking topic I was remembering and I fucking forgot. But what was it? I got a fucking.
Well, then I got one.
Okay,
while you remember.
Okay.
There's something. It's been going around for a while, and it makes total sense.
Okay.
And you kind of brought it up once or twice, 3 times, about roses, giving people their roses.
Yeah.
Why wait for someone to pass to say all these kind words and stuff?
Right.
So I'm gonna have to shout out.
Okay.
Your pops.
Oh, okay.
Big Fred.
Okay.
Everybody talks about him on your podcast.
Yeah.
So let me give my 2 cents.
Very true.
You know, we moved out here from New York. I didn't have a father figure.
Right.
And your pops filled that role. So he might not know this, so he'll know it now.
Right.
You know, I appreciate him. I love him.
Right.
My man taught me how to drive.
Damn.
They used to call me Chicle because I was always with your mom and dad.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'm surprised. I don't know how Christina and Jackie got conceived.
Right.
Because, dog, I slept in their bed.
Damn.
Kid. Their water bed.
Right. Right. Yeah, I remember that.
So
shit.
it's like, your pops was probably like, get this fucking kid out of here. Because, you know, you're my old lady's cousin. We ain't even blood related. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, right.
But nah, he was never like that. Dude, he open arms for everybody.
Right.
I got introduced to the Terrans through him.
Yeah.
I can't say enough.
Right.
When I was in 12th grade, senior in high school, I used to park cars.
Okay.
Your dad got me this job
Right.
because he used to park cars back in the day, and so he introduced me to his boss.
Got it.
So I was parking cars. I parked cars for like 3-4 years.
Damn.
And my boss, and I should have quit, but my boss, it was prom night.
Okay.
Maybe either prom or Christmas dance. Your parents used to have a BMW.
Yeah.
They used to let me take that.
No shit.
To the dances with my old lady. Because I didn't have a car.
Right.
And dog, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
How are you going to give a 17-year-old your mode of transportation, which happens to be a BMW?
Right.
That's big.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to lie.
Damn.
And your mom used to always be like, yo, it's cool with me, but you got to talk to Fred.
Right.
And, I talk to him. And he'd be like, yeah, be careful, what have you. So I was parking cars, and the dude wouldn't give me the night off.
No shit.
He told me you could go to the dance after you're done. I'll let you off first, which means like 9 o'clock earliest.
Damn.
So I wasn't going to be able to, again, I should just fuck this job, right? I'm just 17, 18 years old. Your pops hadn't parked cars in probably a decade.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I got the idea,
Shit.
but I hit him up. I said, yo, Fred, I want to go to this dance. I need somebody to fill in for me parking cars at El Torito or Kobe.
And real quick, this is going to be an actual conversation over the phone because y'all didn't text back then. And my dad barely texts now. Right? So,
your pops wouldn't talk on the phone. I had to go in person.
Got it.
Yo, kid. And I was like, yo, Fred, you think you could work for me that night? And dog, if somebody asked me to go do something I used to do 10 years ago, just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And dog, he said, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I had to give him my uniform, which was white shirt and a red polo shirt. And would you know, he fucking went to work for me.
Wow.
Dog.
That's nuts.
That is crazy.
No shit.
Dog, your pops used to hook me up so much. It was a dog.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he got you in the pool business too, huh?
Well,
Raul,
no, your pops did because I used to go to work with him.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's how much of an influence your dad is on me. If you really sit there and dissect it, what do I do for a living?
Clean pools.
What does your dad do?
Clean pools.
What musical instrument do I play?
The drums.
What does your dad play?
The drums. Yeah, no
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no shit.
Why do I like Rush?
Yeah, my dad's a big Rush fan.
You see what I'm saying?
That's why I like Rush.
Who took me to my first concert?
Yeah. Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Shit,
and, so it's all, again, he was that father figure that I didn't have.
Right.
When I say he taught me how to drive, don't get me wrong, it wasn't pleasant.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if he taught you how to drive and how he did it.
Yeah. All right.
But, dog, he taught me how to drive stick.
Right.
You're driving stick in my car, you're going to learn.
Damn.
But if you fuck up, I'm socking you in the arm.
Holy shit.
So I must have had a black and blue on my arm because he wasn't lying.
Right.
You stripped my shit, I'm socking you.
Right.
You pop that clutch, I'm socking you, and I got socked up.
Damn.
But I learned.
Right.
So yeah, it just again, I built my house.
Oh yeah.
Okay. My kids have their rooms with a bathroom in between.
Right.
Whose house had 2 rooms with a bathroom in between?
Yeah, upstairs, Jack and Jill.
Your dad's house.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah.
It just trickles down.
Right.
It is what it is.
I think I want to remember, and I'm trying to remember exactly what conversation you had with them, my parents, when you had proposed to Hilda.
Oh,
I remember you coming to the crib and you're all dressed up or whatever. I think you had long hair back then, like a ponytail and shit. Yeah. And I want to say that besides your mom and maybe her parents, they were the first ones that you told.
Yeah.
I think that's what you had. I remember you saying that. And then, I don't know, my mom was crying.
Because, we, of course, I had to tell them.
Right.
Sure. Your mom's like my sister.
Right.
Which is kind of weird because your dad's like my dad.
Right. Game of Thrones shit.
But, I obviously I wanted them involved in some way. Of course, they came out in the wedding party as you guys did.
Right.
But it was like something I wanted something more as well. Right. So, you have to, you need a witness for your wedding to, sign the official documents or what have you. Right. And I asked them to do that.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you got to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my pops is cool, man. My pops is, it's crazy to think of what he was like back in the day. Because obviously being a parent is a lot different than being like a homie or, you know, whatever. Like you said, a father figure type deal. But it's nuts.
Yo, he would take us school clothes shopping in San Bernardino.
Get the fuck. Oh, fucking. Was there a Sears out there or what?
It was Harris's. It was Chess King.
No shit.
I don't know what else. Because out here there wasn't like those kind of stores. It was just JCPenney and Sears.
Yeah, my dad love fucking Sears, bro. I used to go shopping at Sears. Like, what the fuck? What am I
at? So he would take us out there, you know, school shopping in the summertime. Take us to Magic Mountain. Of course, he was. You know, don't get me wrong. He was doing it for himself as well. Yeah. But it was one of those things that he made it a point to take us.
Right.
Our Uncle Domingo, who's younger than us, younger than me, he would come down every summer. Right. So before Domingo went back home, we'd be sure to go school shopping. Domingo got his California gear that he would bring back home, you know, stuff like that. And it's just, again, I would do that if I had to. But would I want to have this motherfucking kid? Dog, he would be out there doing pools, and Domingo and I would spend the summers at at Dad's house.
Right.
We'd be inside in the AC watching TV. Yep. Your dad come home, we'd be like, "What's for lunch?" And you know, it's one of those things that he'd start cooking, making some Mexican food, what have you, or he'd bring McDonald's, whatever. Instead of saying, exactly. Instead of saying, motherfucker's been in my AC all day. I've been out here working. Right. Ain't you guys going home yet?
Yeah.
Never. Damn. Not a fucking word.
And, you know, I'm wondering, like, my dad's a pretty humble dude. You know, once he starts drinking, now in an older age, now that he starts drinking, he'll speak up a little bit. He'll
I've noticed.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck anymore. I think his humble days are done. But I was wondering if he just had the same demeanor, like, back in the day. Because, you know who talks a lot about him a lot, too, and has the same, is your brother. Mm-hmm. Like, we're like, yeah, your fucking dad, like, you know, everything, all the same shit you said, you know. And when he was on the podcast, I asked him, I was like, what stuck out to my dad, like to you or whatever? He's like, yeah, man, I respect your dad, man. Like, that dude's like work hustle and his work ethic and, you know, just being there around us. And
I have to admit, I didn't like him when I first met him.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No shit.
You know why? Because I was little when we moved out here. I was in 3rd grade. Okay. I don't know what age that is, but it was like we would come out in the summer,
right,
and spend the summer out here. And then one year after that summer, maybe it was only one summer. I don't even remember. My mom decided to move out here.
Okay,
it was quieter, it's calmer, safer, what have you. We had nothing going on. She had nothing going on in New York. She divorced my dad. It was rough. She wanted a better life with us. That whole, you know, and so coming out here when we moved out here, back then. You go to the airport, everyone would go to the airport and pick you up.
Right.
So when we got off the plane, they were all down there. Your grandpa, your grandma,
right,
your mom, your Aunt Deborah.
Right.
Who's this dude? I'm over here, you know, with my family. And
yeah.
Who's this?
Right.
And your mom's like, this is my boyfriend, Freddie. Da, da, da. I'm like, boyfriend?
Okay, yeah.
Get this fucking guy. I mean, for whatever a 30-year-old mind would think. Yeah. Like, I don't know this guy. What are you know?
Oh, man.
But he would take me to work with him, you know, doing pools, you know, as I grew up, of course. Yeah. It was just... You
know what's crazy is everyone, like even him just being a coach, and people always like, what's up with your pops? What's up with your dad? You know, I'm like, damn, like this fool had like a little impact on people, you know?
You know, the funniest shit is when he was telling those stories, because I used to coach my kid when he was doing his team.
That was such a fun dude. My homies got a blast out of him being on the air for that 5-10 minutes, whatever it was, dude. He was fucked up.
And, you know, it's true that when your homies were saying, you know, your pops would pick kids up.
Yeah.
He'd drive around, pick up all these kids because they didn't have a ride or whatever. And then when your pops got on the microphone, he's like, yeah, I did that. But it's because I need these kids to play. I needed a team. Dog, when I was coaching, that's exactly how it is, kid.
Right.
Practice is over at 6. I'm out in the park till 6:30, 6:40 because parents would just drop off their kids and bounce.
Right.
All right, see you guys at 6. They come rolling up at 6:30, 6:45.
Right.
And of course, parents are like, "Oh, he's such a great coach. He's great with the kids. He stays with them." It's like, no. It's because nobody was coming to pick them up. I didn't want to be there with these fucking kids.
I got shit to do too. Dude, well, my dad told me it's because we had a game to play. We needed players. I'm like, oh my God. I thought you did just because you fucking love to do it. Fuck.
I got a story. This one time, I had these two brothers on the team. And mad ghetto. And it was the grandmother who would bring them.
Okay.
So one day the grandmother comes up to me. She's like, okay, here's the deal. Their mom is getting out of jail.
Oh, shit.
But she's not allowed around the kids. We've got a court order. So if she comes around, you need to call the police. I'm like, hold up. What? Time out. Time out.
Out of here.
I'm not here for all that.
Yeah.
And this is after a couple of years of coaching and dealing with, again, babysitting, picking up kids to go to games because if I didn't pick them up, they weren't playing. We couldn't play.
Right.
And parents, they're slick. They know that. They're like, oh, well, if you want them to play, you gotta come get them because I can't take them.
Right.
So she was like, if you got to call the police. And I was like, look, I'm not getting all into that. It's not happening. She's like, well, then you have to at least call me. I'll come down. And I was like, all right. Well, nothing ever happened, which is cool. However, I get a call towards the end of the season. Hi, this is such and such, and I'm such and such's mom. And I was like, oh, shit, it's going down. She's like, yeah, I understand that they took pictures with the team and their individual pictures. And she's like, yeah, like straight up, like telling me, yeah, you're going to need to cut out like 2 of each of the kids and like at least 1 team picture for me when they come in.
Right.
And I was like, I don't understand. She's like, well, my mom, she doesn't let me see my kids. Those are my sons. And and I already know the story.
Right.
And so she's like, so you need to make sure I get at least these pictures. And I was like, hold up. Just like I'm thinking to myself, just like I told the grandma, I'm not getting involved.
Yeah.
I said, hey, did you pay for the pictures? And she's like, no. I said, okay, well, I can't go into whoever paid for them, which I knew obviously would be the grandmother. I can't go into their stash and start cutting out things. Those are my sons. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I getting off this phone call? Because I'm not getting involved.
Right.
But, dude, being a coach, you got to go through all that.
So I've been a coach, right, for my daughter's soccer team, my daughter's T-ball team. I think it was during T-ball season. And this is kind of a little sad story, but it's the truth, man. We went out one day. We had a fucking game. It was like 100-something degrees. And it was windy. I forgot what it was, whatever happened. But to make a long story short, the game got cut. Like, we were only there for fucking 15, 20 minutes. And it is what it is, And so everybody went home, no big deal. And one of the parents, we had a group chat, right, with all the team moms and dads or whatever. And she's like, this is absolutely ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. We get ready to, blah, blah, blah. The kids don't even play and all this crap. And I was whatever the hell. So I think it was windy. So that was like, let's say Saturday, whatever. Practice was like on Monday. Still windy. Like, there's no practice today. And she's like, are we even going to play this year? Or like, what's the question? And this is like, we've already been playing. We've already had games. It's been fine. Just these last 2 days. She's flipping. So I'm the coach, and I just go off, bro. Like, you sign your kids up to play. Like, that's a sacrifice. You're going to have to wake up early. You're going to have to get to a park. Things are going to happen. Maybe the other team doesn't show up. That's just a part of the game. Like, it just happens. Like, it's not going to be perfect every single time. Yeah, it's super windy. Parents are not going to bring their kids out if it's windy. And I just kind of went off, and, I was like, don't forget you signed up for a game that your kids want to play, that your kids love to play. Like, you need to support them whether they're going to play or not, or games get canceled, whatever. I got to the very bottom, and dude, I went off, dude, big old, and I put mic drop. And I put the little emoji of the fucking, right? And everyone like put, laugh out loud and all this other shit. And she's like, oh my God, really, coach? Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And she's like, I get that. Yeah, we are parents, and we do got it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just venting as a single mom and blah, blah, blah. Mic drop, she put. And it kind of stayed like that, bro, right? And the season ended, and When it was over, she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're a great coach. Like, I was just on one, and whatever. Okay, cool. It's cool. And I never really liked her after that. So we played another season. We played the next season, and again, didn't get involved too much with her. And it was cool. We see each other from time to time, but she was one of those parents where she would miss a lot on top of that. And I think that's why I chimed in, because she wasn't there all the time anyways. So I think the one time she did show up and the game got cut, she got pissed, right? So next season again, blah, blah, blah. Season was over, done. So at that point, my daughter started playing travel softball, and we left Thousand Palms. And time goes on, and maybe a couple of months went by, and I get a text message from the family, Roman. And he's like, yo, did you hear what happened with Talita? Was her name? I was like, oh, what happened? He's like, she's gone, bro. She passed away. I said, no fucking way, bro. And I felt bad for the little girl, Like, damn, that sucks. And she's still, like, in my phone and shit. Like, what I'm saying? Like, her phone number is fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, dude. And, like, I don't feel bad with what the context and everything happened, because, that was just in that time. But it's fucking nuts.
Damn.
I have this weird thing. Maybe I got her phone number's not longer in my fucking phone, but I probably have, like, I don't know, 10 people in there that have passed away. I can't delete their phone number. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, like the homie Ricky, like the homie Mike, like just can't delete the number. Just like, I don't know. Like, once you do that, it's like it's official. Like, obviously it's official, but like down, done.
You say how, like, practices got canceled and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was coaching soccer for my son. Now, keep in mind, dude, I don't know nothing about no sports. Right? I know the basics.
Right.
But it's one of those things that when you go to sign up your kid, the sign up people, they're like, you interested in coaching? Because we need coaches and da-da-da. Every time. And I was like...
Melissa signed me up for that shit one time. I was like, damn.
And actually, that's another way Luis and I got close.
Okay.
Is because our second year, because we were cool with each other, and then when signups for T-ball came up the following year, we said, hey, let's go. We're going to go sign up the kids. We'll go together. Maybe they can get on the same team type deal.
Right.
So when we got up to the front of the line, I happened to be first before him. He was behind me. And so they hit me up. They were like, hey, we need coaches. And I was like, I don't know nothing. And they were like, it's T-ball. You don't need to know. You just need to show up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And I look at Luis, and I was like, yo, you want to do it? He's like, well, I'll be your assistant if you be the coach, because I'm not going to be the coach.
Right.
And I was like, all right, cool. So that's how I started coaching.
Got it.
So it was soccer, and, soccer's in the winter. So I remember one night we were practicing. We used to practice at what's the middle school over there? Nellie Kaufman.
Yeah.
And, dude, it's freezing.
Right.
And I did not want to go. But I'm thinking to myself, parents are paying. They want their kids out there. So practicing. And, dude, parents are wrapped up in blankets. Windy. At one point, one of the dads was like, hey, coach, you think, we shut it down? It's getting kind of cold. It's getting kind of late. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Again, remember, I was out there because I felt they wanted to.
Right.
The following game, they were all telling me, coach, you know what? We were out there way too long because it was cold.
Yeah.
You should have called it. And I'm like, you're right, but I thought I was doing, they're like, we appreciate it, but you know what? No, feel free to say no practice tonight or what have you. We're more than happy. And they came at me as a group. I was like, all right, cool.
Dude, so that same group I was telling you about that we had a little story, the T-ball team, Thousand Palms is windy. It's a real bad area to play baseball right there. It's always windy, dude. But I'm telling you, you'd have like a little gust and one of the parents, practice canceled today, right? It's getting pretty windy. I was just in Thousand Palms eating at San Miguel right there. It ain't that bad. Like, and it's only like noon. Like, what the fuck? Like, trying to practice quick. But yeah, so go back into my dad real quick. My grandfather then as well, right? Obviously, a little bit. My dad's dad.
Yeah. As much as anyone who met him at that point in his life could, because he was like your dad, very quiet.
Correct. 100.
Didn't speak to you.
Right.
Not that he was against you, but he was just like, yeah, I'm fucking old.
And check this out. This is you were talking about Nelly Kaufman, right? Well, that's where we used to practice as well. That's where I went to school. And I think one day I had like detention or some shit, and I was there fucking late. And I was done, and I was going to go to my cousin Alex's house, who lived across the way from the grass. You can jump the fence to get into his pad. Uh-huh. Yep. They lived on Julian, or whatever the name of that street is. And so I'm walking through the grass, and my grandfather was out there, and he was coaching. And I was thinking, like, who the fuck is my grandma? My grandma doesn't have any kids and shit, but he'd be out there fucking coaching kids and shit. And I remember, like, seeing him, and I don't have... I mean, we hung out a lot, but just like you said, he was always sleeping. Like, speaking of sleep, I think the Terrans have a gene, bro. Like, that... Dude, my cousin Mike, all day, all night sleeping. My Uncle Danny likes to sleep. My pops likes to sleep. Like... It's just in us. I don't know. Fucking Ramiro sleeps all day. I don't know about Raymond, but everyone sleeps. But anyways, he was at the park and at the school coaching, and so I walked up to him. He was wearing like his Pittsburgh Pirates hat, and I was like, "What's up, Grams? You got a team on here?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, standing, like watching him. I'm standing next to him, like we don't say a single word to each other. Like I was like, "I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go to my cousin's house." Like, okay, I'll see you later. Like, I don't know. And one thing that I tell my kids about my grandfather is he reminds me of my dad a lot. Now that I like put them side by side, like similar demeanor, real quiet. And when I give my grandfather a kiss on the cheek, he'd always have like stubble, and it was always like, I used to kind of hate it in a way. I would do it because I loved him, but like it kind of poke you, like, oh fuck, dude, it's crazy.
Same like my pops had the sandpaper.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna tell this story. He probably might get mad about it, but it was so long ago. It's cool.
All right.
I hope. One day, it's my brother.
Okay.
He was at your grandpa and grandmother's house, right, up on C Street or whatever. Yeah. And I don't remember why he was there. And he told me he was looking at Annabelle.
Okay.
Obviously they're kind of the same age,
right.
And he said he remembered maybe he wasn't looking at her like, but he was looking at her,
right?
Like, And so he says he was looking at her, and as he's turning away from looking at her, he said he met eyes with your grandfather, and your grandfather was like looking at him like, "Fuck you looking at my daughter for?" He said, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you scan the room, you're for whatever reason he was looking at her, he was done, and then he was like turning to his left, and him and your grandfather locked eyes, and he was like he was mean mugging me and shit.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. Fuck. And you know what's crazy? Growing up, I was thinking about this while you were talking, and giving your respects to my pops, and I was thinking like you guys always hung out with my side of the family, my dad's side of the family for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And back in the day when my grandparents were around, we'd go to their house and we'd hang out regardless of where it was at, Annabelle's, right? And I think my grandfather may have been gone by then. I'm not sure. Did you ever go with us to C Street though, the C Street pad, or it was always Annabelle's?
It was always Annabelle's, but we started going for Christmas.
Okay, so my grandfather was already gone by then.
Yeah.
But ever since then, so you've been coming over and cruising. Now, and I used to think like when I was younger, and I think like it's a bad thing or like, yeah, I wonder why he couldn't kiss it with us, like, But it all makes sense. As right now, as we're talking, put in perspective, well, you kicked it with my fucking parents a grip, So
dog,
with them a lot. Let
me tell you this funny ass story. The first time I was taken to C Street to hang out,
right?
It was like it wasn't a party. It was whatever. We went to Freddie's parents' house. Right. I don't know if you remember. There was like a shed in the back.
The back room, yeah.
Yeah, dog. I never met Danny, Robert.
Right.
I don't remember who else was there.
So Danny's my dad's brother, and then Robert is Raul's brother.
Right.
The Cortez's.
So they were in the back getting high. I mean, this room was painted black. It had stars on the wall. Yeah. I'm talking dog. And I'm in third grade, fourth grade.
Was there not a drum set in that room too?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Dog. It was a cool kickback room, but I was too young to appreciate it.
Right.
And again, you guys are doing drugs? Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
Where's Herman and Freddie bringing me?
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out with them, we're hanging out. Your mom didn't come out there. It was your dad, and we were all. Yeah, she was inside talking with your grandmother, or what have you. So your pops had walked out for whatever reason. I figured he was going to the bathroom, and pops is gone for a long time. I was like, "Fuck!" They got me. I'm sitting here with all these dudes smoking pot and drinking. So, dog, I go inside to look for them, and they're gone.
No.
I just met these people. I'm in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I find the phone on the wall and I call the house where, your parents' house. And your mom answers. And now that I think about it, Freddie's like, let's go home, leave this fucking kid here. Tired of this motherfucker. So your mom answers, she's like, hello? Like I said, man, they've been gone for a minute. Right. I'm like, Armin, why are you at home? I'm still over here. She's like, oh, yeah, we left. And I was like, well, you going to come get me? She's like, nah, we'll come get you in the morning. We're going to have breakfast there. And I was like, where am I going to sleep? She's like, sleep anywhere. Sleep on the couch. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know these people. Yeah. And she's like, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, Dude, she's like, don't worry about it. You'll be taken care of, which is 100% true.
You're right.
Dog, I don't know where. I don't remember where I slept.
Right. Get the fuck out
Woke
of
up
here.
in the morning, kid. Your grandmother's making breakfast for everybody.
Yeah.
She's telling me to have a seat.
Yeah.
She don't know me.
Right.
I don't even know if she remembered meeting me the night before.
I almost guarantee there was a language barrier issue there.
Of course, kid. I understood her pointing to the chair with a plate in front of it. But dog, it was like, somebody's friend is here. Let's feed them because we're feeding everybody else. But dog, I went back outside. Robert had passed out underneath a car that wasn't running. It was just like a junk.
Right.
And I'm like, where are these people? What? I remember going to the Cortez's crib up on the Cove.
Yeah.
All the way back there. Yep. Paradise, I think the street was.
No, so Chicks Helen.
Yeah.
Oh, Paradise and Helen.
Okay.
Because the street, front doors on the cul-de-sac.
So, the Terrans and the Cortezes had so many kids. There was bunk beds for days, right? And I remember laying on the bunk bed. And I was young. And I remember looking up and, there was like the cardboard underneath the mattress above you.
Yeah.
And they would write shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dog, this is the first time I ever saw this. It said, a friend with weed is a friend indeed. And I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Where they keep taking me to these places?
Oh, man, you're probably traumatized, bro.
Well, here's the thing. When you think about it, this is like 1980.
Right.
So that's what, 20, 40 years ago? And I remember this shit because, like I said, man, I was young. I didn't know what was going on. And a friend with weed is a friend indeed. I do that.
So out of that group, out of the Cortez group, who were you closest to? Like Danny and all them?
Out of the Cortezes or Terrans?
Well, both. They were a clan, right? They all hung out together pretty much?
Oh, yeah. I remember a story that when Raul and Sonia first got together, Jay was telling me this story. And shout out to Jay too, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because, real quick, sidebar, Jay used to have a dirt bike, motorcycle.
Okay.
Clean one, too.
Right.
And I think he was living with your parents at this point. And he went off to work. And he had the motorcycle on the side. He's like, yo, you know how to drive a car? Like a stick shift? And I said, yeah. He goes, if you want to drive my motorcycle around the neighborhood, feel free. It's the same thing. Clutch, all right. Same thing. I was like, cool, thank you, You barely know me.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we've been kicking it. I'm already old enough to drive, so I'm probably 16, 17.
Right.
And again, how you going to let somebody... So I jump on this motorcycle. Because back then, helmets, you're just rolling around.
Yeah.
And, dude, I was on this thing for like an hour before I figured out, it's the clutch, but you're doing it with your hands instead of your feet. Because I was...
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because he taught me how to put it in neutral.
Right.
There used to be a little green light that showed you when you're neutral. But after that, I'm trying to, with my feet, because I figured both the brakes were the brakes, but one's a clutch.
Was like all the way down to one pop up.
Yeah, exactly. And I finally figured that's how I learned how to drive a motorcycle because Jay let me use his motorcycle without even knowing it, how to drive it, and I learned how to do it. But what was the sidebar I was saying? I said sidebar because I was going to tell about Jay.
You said motorcycle. That you ride the motorcycle. He lived with my parents at that point.
What was your question, though?
You just said shout out to Jay too. Sidebar, and you told him about the motorcycle.
What were we talking about that maybe mentioned Jay?
Like all you guys hanging out together.
Oh no! Story that Jay told me.
Oh, story that Jay told you.
That when Raul and Sonia first got together.
Yeah, there you go.
So you're talking like late 70s, right. Kid, and this is like, again, the hairstyles. You got to think about all that kind of good stuff. I guess Sonia's family, she's got brothers, I guess, and cousins, didn't like Raul.
Right. The brothers for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God. He was public enemy number one.
And they crazy too.
And I don't know if they got married and then they had kids or if she got knocked up beforehand. I don't know.
Knocked up first, I think.
Okay. It was going to go, he was telling me this. This is obviously many years afterwards.
Right.
He was telling me how it was supposed to go down like, let's say, Friday night.
Yeah.
And they knew that they were coming for Raul. He said that they got rakes, shovels, and shit because they were ready to get down. They were going to, in a sense, they were going to rumble.
Yeah, right.
I guess they were putting like shovels and rakes in like hidden areas around C Street.
Damn.
So if anywhere it went down, they'd be able to get a weapon.
Right.
And I was like, man, you fucking guys were crazy back then. Yeah. They were like, yo, they were gonna. They wanted to kill him.
Yeah. That's exactly what.
Yo, this is Turan Cortez. Right. We're giving them all we got too.
Right.
But we only got rakes and shovels and shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that's fucking crazy.
But Raul got me into the business. Danny, all of them.
Fuck, I clean pool with all of them too.
Yeah.
I clean pool with Raul. I clean pools with Danny. I clean pool with Danny too.
Caesar. Everybody.
I was actually probably helping Danny do Raul's routes because Danny worked for Raul, right? Like, I think
Robert worked for Raul for a while too.
Yeah. Oh, Robert, yeah, absolutely. He works for Caesar now too.
Yeah.
But fuck, that's fucking crazy. When we're talking about picking up kids for school, as people talk, you have like an idea, right? And then you keep going on with your conversations, like, I want to get back to that, but now you're like too far away.
In our podcast, that's exactly what we do. We start talking about something. And then all of a sudden, it jumps to another subject that just takes off, and we're just always going back and forth.
And you mentioned it again, just like you said, you can hop on a motorcycle with no helmets. Well, when my dad going around, it was so easy to pick people up because you just pull up, honk, and hop in the back of the truck, and then go grab the next people. It was easy. There was no like getting in the car, opening the door, like put on your seatbelt. Like hell no, man! Jump in, let's go to practice. Throw your backpack in the back, and we gone.
Your mom and aunt used to have these mopeds. Your grandfather.
I've seen about that too. The yellow and orange.
Yeah.
Little Hondas.
Yeah, you would have to pump it, and then pop it.
Yeah.
And then, you crank it, I should say, a couple of times, and it'll stop, and like almost like a BB gun when you used to crank it. I used to roll, dog. I'd take that thing over the Gene Tree Bridge where like Oasis is, and traffic is. And these things are 30 miles an hour tops at full. Yeah, I'd be on that bridge, dog, and I'm like, however old you are in 7th grade, it do flying in the summertime because there was nothing to do.
Right.
I remember one time, I lived in the house that your grandfather owned, where your mom and aunt grew up, and so. After they moved out and everything, my mom and brother and we moved into that house, and the mopeds were still there.
Yeah, okay.
And one day I saw this dude that I knew from high school. Yeah, it was high school, 9th grade, let's say. He was walking home, and I was like, oh, dude, I'll give you a ride. I got this moped. He was like, cool. So, rolling, he lived closer to Demuth Park.
Okay.
And I think the street was Paseo Dorada,
yeah.
where... From Ramon, if you're going south, it starts to automatically curve to the left.
Yep.
So I had to go down that street. So I'm flying, dude, and I'm trying to be cool and shit. This dude's behind. Imagine two kids on a moped. And bro, I was trying to make that turn. I was going too fast.
Right.
So I started riding the curb. Like the curb was the tires were rubbing against the curb, and I'm trying to make it turn, but I wasn't slowing down either, which was my mistake. but then we hit a driveway where the curb ends. You know how it goes down.
Yeah.
So as soon as that ended, kid, we ate shit. Oh, dog. So, you know, we get up, we're rubbing ourselves off. Right. And I was like, all right, man, let's go. He's like, I'm good.
Holy shit. Whose mopeds were those anyways? My grandfather bought them
for your mom.
Oh, is that right? I always thought my dad bought those.
No.
Because you don't want to know what happened is after a while, even when they weren't at your place, they wound up at the C Street house.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, one of them at least. Either the orange one or maybe whichever one was my mom's.
Yeah.
Whatever color was, I think it was the orange one, I want to say. But I remember it was in the back, like you said, the rundown cars that were back there. One of the mopeds was right there too. And dude, I remember when my mom got those or whoever it was. Do you remember my parents living up on Bel Air?
For a minute, yes.
Little bit, yeah, right. So that they had the mopeds then, and I remember being a kid, little, and walking out there and like remembering my dad like shooting down the street and like him not taking me, and I was like pissed. Like I just remember that, bro, going up and down. I remember that house very vaguely. I remember there was like a screen fucking like entryway or some shit, or I don't know.
They weren't there for too long.
I wasn't a long stint.
They also lived in a I think it was a duplex or a fourplex on Ortega between Day Palm and Cathedral Canyon.
That wasn't the house was being built though, right? Our new house or no?
No,
we lived with my grandmother when that happened.
Because you were the only one that was born at this time.
Oh, okay.
And I remember nasty kid.
Oh, I remember this. Because yeah.
You got sick once.
Okay.
Hella cold. You'd wake up and your eyes were closed because the mocos dried overnight.
Right.
And you couldn't open your eyes.
Right.
And you were crying and shit. And it was nasty because like flies were coming on your eye. A dog, it was like, oh!
Yeah. I was one of them babies, huh?
And it like it just went on for a couple of days that you were sick. So every morning when you'd wake up, your mom would have to have like a warm rag and gently clean your eyes to wet to moist, make those mocos moist so you could actually open your eyes and shit.
Damn, that's fucking nuts. You know, that's crazy, bro. That we're talking about that place where we used to live and all the different places my parents kind of bounced around until they built that house or whatever. And dude, you know how many people have lived with us and like my parents like over their lifetime? I never thought about like we've thought about it and we've put it like in perspective, but you were mentioning it even back then, like you guys lived with them for a while. Like what the fuck? Like damn, dude. Like you said Jay. I never knew Jay lived with them.
Yep.
Bro, these fools had everybody live with them. And the Second Street or the house by Second Street Park by our park where we live, dude, I can count like 20 fucking different families that probably lived with us at one point in one time. Like and people, random people that like my mom's friend from work needed someone to stay and all of a sudden they had a room and we're all shacked up and like my sister sharing 3 girls sharing one room and me in another, the extra room downstairs and then my parents in their room. Like, dude, my Andrea and my cousin Rob Villarreal, they lived with us for a little while. They lived downstairs, all of them in that one room. One of my mom's coworkers from work lived with us for a minute. My buddy Sean, Soshi, and fucking Tara. Like
I remember this cat with black hair lived with you for a while.
Was it the radio dude? There was some dude that lived with us who.
No, it was one of your friends.
Oh, one of my friends.
Yeah. Well, at least Sean. He was your age.
Probably Sean. Yeah, my homie Sean.
He wasn't white. Is Sean white?
No.
Okay.
Let me see him.
Sean, come on, kid.
Well, I mean, shit, goddamn. He didn't have an Apple Watch, but but yeah, dude, that's fucking nuts. How many people ran through that joint?
Yeah,
a lot. I'm trying to think of like, I want to say Susanna, and then lived with us for a little bit, type deal.
It's quite possible.
Wow, crazy. But you know what I remembered when I was having that brain fart? We were talking about the Super Bowl thing, and we went on to we were going to talk about the fucking party at fucking Rob's Pad a few days ago. Bro, we got absolutely trashed, son. And I drove home, and I went to McDonald's, and I dropped off Big Lou. Cruising, and Melissa's like, do you need a ride or shit on your ride? I was like, no, I'm cool. And I'm looking at the videos and the pictures we took. Oh, we were trashed, bro. Like, we were trashed. But I drove perfect. Like a G. And I dropped off Lou at home, right? I went to McDonald's, and I know Melissa was probably pissed, but I was like, "Do you want anything from McDonald's right here? A little Sunday or something?" No. All right, cool. And I went, and it was closed. I was like, "Fuck, dude!"
Damn.
Like a nice little Sunday sounds like fire right now. So I drove all the way to fucking.
Oh, dog,
Palms.
you're crazy.
I drove all the way to 1,000 Palms, bro.
Now, and the funny thing is, when you're saying, "Dude, I drove perfect," come on.
I did.
Well, yeah, because you.
I think I did.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but
what
I'm pretty sure I did. Like, again, I'm pretty smart. I thought I did great, perfect. Like, so then I drove, and it was fucking closed. And I'm like, God
Dog,
damn it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not. Do what you got to do, but you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, I know. Oh, 100%.
And I tell my kids, there is no reason in the world that in this day and age you should be getting a DUI or DWI.
100%.
Dog, we Uber, Lyft, whatever. I mean, back when my kids we were allowing them to drink, if you will.
Right.
18, whatever, you going to their friends' house. They're going to do it, so you can't fight it.
Right.
But it was one of those things. If you start drinking, just give us a call. We'll go pick you up. No questions asked. We want you home safe.
Right.
We'll leave your car there. We'll pick it up in the morning. No big deal.
Yep.
This was before Uber. This is before Lyft. But now it's like definitely there is no reason for you to be driving like that.
And we drank a great dude. We drank a whole bottle of whiskey, the one that I brought, right? And we were doing shot after shot. We lost, so I was fucking pissed the whole night. So we kept drinking. We opened up another 12-year Macallan that Rob had. We started drinking that, got like halfway through that, and then we went out to the bonfire and we just started pounding beer, like beer after beer after beer. And you were there, and you were drinking with us. Like, dude, you left. We were there for another at least hour and change, and we got down. The only reason why we left, we had one piece of wood left, and once that dwindled down, it was too cold. It was a wrap.
The funniest shit is like in the movies where you see, like they're at a bar or what have you, and they'll specifically tell the waitress, bring us another round every half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you were like that.
Really?
Every 20 minutes, you'd get up, go inside, and you're bringing another round of beers. And after the third time, I'm like, bro, I'm not ready. And the thing is, you'd come out with them, and as soon as you walk outside, you start cracking them. You don't say, you up.
I'm assuming everyone.
Yeah, you're like, crack, here. I'm like, damn.
Dude, and I'm going to tell you what. You know what happened? At the end of the night, when we were fucking cleaning up, like I was helping Rob clean up, I'm not sure if it was by your seat or where Lou was sitting, but there were like 2 full beers right there.
That was mine, probably. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, dang, nobody drinking their beers? I remember that, dude. Fucking, they were all hot, dude. They're by the fire. Damn. But yeah, I know Melissa was probably pissed, but I don't know.
When one of my birthdays, it was Rob, myself, and the cat Yoko Ono. We were signing up our kids for Little League. It was a Friday night, and it was my birthday weekend. It might have even actually been my birthday, but I don't remember. So we went to Demuth Park, signed them up, did whatever, and they're like, "Let's go get some drinks. Let's buy you a round over at the Beer Hunter," which was on the corner. Right. Maybe at that point it was a Sports Addict.
Okay. Sports Shack.
Sports Shack, exactly. It was actually Sports Addict at one point.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
And then I think it switched to Sports Shack because it's changed already. Yeah. Because I remember the little stair. It was like a little house.
Oh, is that right?
And it was stairs. Damn. Anyways, so we went there, and we got loaded, kid. I'm talking bad. And it was so bad. I was clear-headed enough that we got some shots, and I asked the waitress how much a shot was, and let's say it's $6.
Right.
I count. Everybody knew it was my birthday in the place because there weren't that many people there. So I actually counted how many people were there, and my boys, Rob and Yoko Ono, were buying me. I wasn't spending any money.
Right.
They're like, it's on us. So I counted how many people were in the house, and I was going to spend like $120. So I got up on my, because the bar, they're like the bar stools.
Right.
Bar height. And I got up on that chair. I was like, rounds for a shot for everybody. and Yoko Ono and Rob were like, oh, wait, stop. And I was like, no, it's good. Because I already knew kind of like what I was going to do. So we bought a whole round of shots. Fucked up. I was smart enough to call. I was like, dude, we were closing out the place.
Right.
There's no way we can make it home. Well, we could have. I mean, of course, but called my old lady. Like, look, we're fucked up.
Right.
You need to come and get us.
You know, I thought you were going with that story. I thought you were gonna say the shots want to be like $9 each. They were like $500.
No, I think I spent like $120.
Okay, you had it locked in.
Yeah.
Damn, good man.
But what the point of the story is, dog, call somebody for a ride, kid. Come on.
So you know how like when you go places you tip everybody, whatever, and you tip like everyone you come in contact with or whatever.
Yeah.
And they talk shit about you on the show. Melissa, dude, as of late, I haven't done it lately, but anytime we go out somewhere, like to go hang out, birthday party, whatever, she's like, "Are you gonna buy everybody shots?" Because like, well, I'll do that. Like, we'll be out having dinner, whatever. Like, just bring everybody around. And bro, that shit adds like $90 to the tab, you know. I don't care, but she'd be like, "No, we can spend that $90 somewhere else, you know." Like, fuck. And dude, like everywhere we go, it's just being, you know, a nice guy. Like, let's have another round. I got it.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I did it once.
Oh, yeah, I do it all the time, dude.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll buy a round of drinks for everyone, but if it's like 4 of us.
What about like 15 rounds in Vegas? Dude, so what are we running? 2 hours and 30 minutes? 2 hours and 40 minutes. I got a quick story before we decide to wrap this up, if we decide to wrap it up. But we owe you guys some content, man. It's been a while. So on both ends, we go to Vegas for your son's 21st birthday. Vegas. And I think we told this story when your brother was on. And, bro, we got fucking trashed. Yeah. I'm not sure what time we got into that pool. And strike number one was we woke up kind of early that next morning, I think it was. And the morning before your kids went out, they got fucking trashed. Left at 7 p.m. or 10 p.m., whatever time you guys got in from your flight.
Right.
Got home at 5 a.m., whatever it was, right? 6 a.m. And we got down to the pool. I did like around, 9 a.m. because they had some, like 2 cabanas left.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm going to grab a cabana. That way we have somewhere to spot. You know, boom, boom, boom. Cool, let's do it. We'll all pitch in. Cool, don't worry about it. Cool. So I reserved the cabana. Bam. And we're down there already. So I started making my Red Bull vodkas. And it was early. And everyone slowly starts coming down. And at one point, everyone just got to the pool. And nobody was at the cabana.
Yeah.
Like all day from noon to 6 p.m., whatever it was. Bro, I don't know how much you drank in that pool.
And you got to remember, to set the stage, it was like an adult pool.
Yeah.
And there was hardly anybody there.
Right.
And the way the buildings of the hotel were set up, it was like almost shade the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Incredible.
Oh, dude.
The waitresses were on point.
Right. Yep.
So it was like you never had an empty glass.
Right.
And it was just one of those days. It happens. It doesn't happen too often, for me at least, where all the drinks were going down smooth, like nothing,
They were, dude.
like water.
They were.
And it just, how many of us were there? 10?
Yeah, like 10 of us.
And again, more than enough elbow room in the pool. My brother, I'll be honest with you, was the only one that was willing to get out to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I did too.
Did you?
Yeah, I was going to tell a story about that. Oh, you did?
Shit.
This is that blue dye looking on your ass. Dude, the last time that I got up, this is how I know we got fucking trashed. Because when I was walking to the restroom, I could hear myself like the thumps. Like, damn, am I fucking drunk? Am I fucked up? And like she was all kind of slow. I was like, damn, dude, we're getting fucking trashed right now.
I think, who was I? Was it my son that I was with? Or my daughter? Had to be my son. Because, no, it was my son. No, it was my son because my daughter and my wife went up to the room to get ready for the party that happened at 6.
Right.
And do the party that happens at 6, at 5:45, they're calling me saying, "Where you guys at?"
Yeah, we're still in the
We're here, pool. And people are showing up, and you got the birthday boy ain't even here, And I was like, it's 5:45. Because again, we're in the pool.
Dude, time flew, kid. Like,
I was like, Papa, we got to roll, kid.
Dude, we didn't even eat. We stayed in the pool the whole entire time drinking. And I remember at one point I had got up and you left already. I went to the restroom actually and came back and you got up and you bounced. And I told Rick and Eva, say, oh, we should wrap it up and get out of here. And you probably left whatever time you did, which was late already. And I was like, let's get the pill and let's pay. She's like, I think Anthony paid for it already.
Yeah.
What? No fucking way. So like, yeah, he paid for it. Like, oh shit, well let's roll. And he's like, you don't want one more? I got it. Rick, bro, your brother. I was like, dude, we stayed for at least another hour after you left.
Yeah, y'all showed up mad late, kid.
We late as fuck, dude. We kept pounding, kid, like just drinking. And at that point, I switched to beer and just had beers with your brother. And I think we had like 3 or 4 more. Melissa had a mixed drink. Evil was fucking pounding. Dude. But your brother, every fucking 6 minutes, up, go take a piss, walk all the way back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was like, God damn, you ain't lying. But he broke that seal like a motherfucker. Which is a myth, by the way. Did you know that?
How's it a myth?
I don't know. I saw it on some shit by breaking the seal. Like, once you go, you got to keep going. It's just, your body's just filled with fucking liquid, so you're going to take a piss no matter what.
We spoke about this on my podcast where at night, where you got to keep going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Yeah. Keep going to the bathroom. It's like, dude, why is it I could drink something at 6 p.m. and it ain't coming out till midnight?
Everybody thought you had diabetes and shit.
Yeah. Speaking of that, kid, remember when I was in the hospital because I was low on iron?
Yeah.
Shit's happening again.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Found out today.
What?
Got my test results today.
And it's fucking, but it stopped bleeding for a minute, right?
Sorry, say again?
The low iron part or the part where you're fucking bleeding inside?
Apparently, I'm low on iron, and they say you're low on iron because you're losing blood.
Losing blood, yeah.
Yeah. So when it happened, I think it was like 3 years ago now. I was always weak and always tired. And I thought it was because it started in the summer, so I just thought that the heat was getting to me.
Right.
And then at one point I was like, nah, something's not right. So got some blood work done, and turns out I was very low on iron. Like, I didn't know it was such a thing that it could really, I could almost die. Yeah. So for the last month and a half, at least 2 months, since right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Kid, I started feeling tired again.
No way.
Yeah. And I didn't want to say nothing.
Right.
Because holidays are coming. I don't want to get it all, now I got to go to the hospital type of shit. So, your New Year's party, the equipment I brought.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't know how tired I was setting it up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, kid. And then the next day when you brought it home for me,
I
was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to lug that shit.
I was planning on doing it anyway, so it worked out good.
But after the new year, after my kids went back home to L.A., I told my lady, I said, hey, don't get mad. I said, I'm going to tell you something about it. You can't get mad. She's like, what? I said, look, I'm starting to feel weak again. I feel it coming on. She's like, how come you didn't say nothing? I was like, look, the holidays, kids were here. I don't want to make people nervous.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. I said, but it's not as bad as it was back then.
Right.
So went to the doctor last week, got some blood tests beginning of this week. Doctor called today. You're starting to go low on iron again.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
So I got Monday, I got to go see a specialist about something.
What?
Yeah, kid.
Damn.
Getting old, man.
Just like that, huh?
Dude. Yeah.
I'm right behind you. I feel every fucking ache in my body nowadays. Boy, fuck, my back's been shot for a minute. Man. I remember the last time we got like into a fucking scrap. I forgot, we were at the bar or somewhere, and bro was so winded afterward. Like, asthma attack winded. Like, god damn, I'm out of shape like a motherfucker. First of all, we can't be doing this anymore. We're old as fuck, but shit.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm thinking, like, if someone's, like, on the street looking at me, someone, like, just, I'm a bitch. Keep walking. Go ahead. Say whatever you want. I ain't trying to fight right now. I'm fucking tired. My back hurts. I got shit to do tomorrow. Fuck. But, man, good fucking outing, bro. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
You got some more? You got anything else to talk about or what?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
I don't have to wrap it up.
Oh, word up. Can we pause it? Because I got to go break the seal.
Yeah. We'll be back after these messages, folks.
You ain't got to go pause it?
I'm going to in a minute. Once I figure out how to pause this shit.
Oh, is this on?
Yeah. Let me see here. This is live action. See what happens when you don't have your partner in crime here. Oh, you know what? I want to tell the listeners really quick. Man, you guys will fucking never believe this shit, dude. I did it again. I don't know if you guys recall a few weeks ago. Shit, we haven't recorded in fucking a month. One of our last episodes where I started off and I had to record again because I fucking didn't hit the record button, and it was real funny and real fucked up at the same time. You guys will never, ever believe what fucking happened today, man. So I'm here by myself in the studio. Adam's out. I think he's at a golf tournament, as a matter of fact. So he's gone. He couldn't make it tonight. But I had to do something for you guys, man. I had to put some sort of content out. My uncle Anthony, he does the other podcast. So his co-host was out too. So I said, let's just do something together, man. Whatever we want to talk about. Him and I are real close. We're real tight. So a lot of these stories are a little more personal between him and I. And we know all the same kind of people. But it's all good, man. We'll share our sides of the family with you guys. Again, I'm half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. He's full Puerto Rican, and that's how that mix goes down. But I had fucking Shooter in the building, man. Shooter came through for us. He did a recording, and I don't know what the fuck I did, but instead of exiting out after I recorded him, I fucking deleted his goddamn his whole skit. And I feel so bad. I feel like a jackass. He wasted his time, came out. And just him put the dagger in the wound, it was great. It was fucking fantastic, bro. Oh, man, I fucked up. Damn.
Those segments go hard, kid.
Bro, he was on point today because he's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
And he was going off, bro. He went through New Year's. He went through the snow, going to the tram, fucking do everything, bro. Like, he was on it. He talked about all the rain that came with the wind. Dude, his shit was fucking picture perfect today, and I'm fucking feel like an asshole. Damn, but make those mistakes when it's been a minute.
That's true.
I was telling the listeners right now that the episode prior to the last one, I think it was when we recorded for like 6 minutes. I didn't hit record.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Like, come on, how that never happened to me. And now I fucking do these shooters. I have this nice little board right here with my pad on it, and his little pad says the weather, and it's just blank because it fucking got erased. Oh, dude, what a jerk. So,
Yo, we were talking about fantasy football earlier.
yes, sir.
Did you catch that trailer for the Super Bowl halftime show?
No, but I know who was supposed to be playing, all the West Coast dudes, but no, I didn't see the trailer. It's sick or what?
Yeah.
No way.
And the funny thing is, it's sick.
Damn.
And it's like 5, maybe 6 minutes long, the trailer.
Okay.
And the halftime show itself is supposed to be like 12 minutes long.
Oh, so it's like half the fucking...
So what you see, if you watch it twice, that's the halftime show.
Damn.
Which, when you really think about it, 12 minutes, if you're going to play 30 seconds of a song, and which is plenty, that's 24 songs.
Right.
You got 4 artists that actually, Dre, I don't know if Dr. Dre, if you consider him a rapper or just a producer.
He's both.
So you got 4 to 5 people. That's going to be at least 3 songs each.
Name another rapper who can rap and control the maestro.
But the commercial goes hard. But here's my question to you. It's Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
Eminem.
Yep.
Dr. Dre.
Yep.
Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Whew, God damn.
Who's odd man out there, though? Who shouldn't be there? Let's be honest.
I mean, Mary J. Blige?
No way.
Kendrick
Lamar should not be in that group.
Oh, yeah, you don't know nothing about hip-hop.
I don't think it's about hip-hop. I think it's more of
the show
decade that these artists are from.
The best 2 rappers on that stage are Kendrick Lamar and Eminem. Like, there's no way. Like, but
it's
the West Coast, and isn't that Ram Stadium or some shit?
SoFi?
SoFi,
yeah. Come on, don't get me wrong. I get it, but my old lady is even like, who's Kendrick Lamar? I know all the other people.
Right.
But I get it. Don't get me wrong. He's West Coast.
Yeah.
But I just think that he's bringing in my daughter's age kids.
Okay, I got
kids. My daughter's age, I should say.
Yeah, but I see like the discrepancies when people talk about on Facebook too. Like I'll see like my homies that listen to nothing but rock.
Right.
Like, oh, here we go, another rap group or super. You know what I mean? Like, and then other people who don't know who they are, who do listen to hip hop or whatever. But man, that's a West Coast fucking. That's fire right there. Yeah. I got to see the trailer. What's the trailer about? Just shows what they're going to rap about?
It actually shows each person. It gives them, let's say, each a 45-second intro. Like, okay. And when I first saw it, the Eminem, because I know you're such a fan, that it reminded me of you because it's kind of hard because it shows him now, like with the beard and everything.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing
beard.
He's doing some. There's a movie called with Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible 8?
No. Where they would arrest people before they did a crime.
I don't know.
Well, he's doing some stuff like in the air. There's like lyrics, so he's like grabbing them with his hands.
Okay. I have seen a snippet of that actually.
And so, but in front of him, facing him, doing the same thing, is him when he first came out as Slim Shady with blonde hair.
Yeah.
And so they're both going at each other.
Got you.
And I was like, that's Steven right there.
Yeah.
Oh, money, my bad.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cash money.
And then shows Snoop Dogg rolling in a lowrider.
Okay.
And then it shows Mary J. Blige. She's like shooting a video or what have you. Right. Kendrick Lamar is writing some lyrics.
I wouldn't even put Snoop Dogg being the odd man out in that group, to be honest.
Why is that?
That motherfucker sold out a long time ago. He's not even Snoop Dogg. He's like Snoop Lion or something. Snoop Leon. Like, dude, that dude is fucking should be doing ads for Corona and shit with Tony Romo on the sideline announcing it.
He's with who's the Puerto Rican kid that he's with on that J Balvin or something?
Yeah. I mean,
no, I just think because Kendrick Lamar is more 2010 and up. I don't think he was around before 2010.
I just think it's more of a West Coast thing, even though Eminem's not really West Coast.
Neither is Mary J. Blige.
I know, she's in New York, but you have Dre. I mean, you get Dre behind everything, it's over.
Dog. Like, and his intro in the trailer is kind of hard. He's like walking on the beach.
Okay.
And the waves it's like a piano keys.
Okay.
And dog.
Yeah, you can't fuck with Dre, bro. You cannot fuck with Dre.
But again, it's like 5 minutes long.
No shit. Yeah. Damn, that's gonna be interesting. This would be super sick. You know, I had a problem one year at the Super Bowl party that I usually throw every year, and I think I've only skipped 1 year, maybe because of COVID, which was last year. But I want to say I still did it. And rest in peace to my my Aunt Lydia. She'd come every year.
Oh, is that right?
I don't think
dog, she's ride or die, kid.
Yeah, dude.
You know, in all actuality, I actually called Corky today.
Oh, did you?
Just to see how he's doing. And,
good man.
So,
I did the same. Yeah. So the day she passed away, or the evening she passed away, I went to go see her, and she had been in the hospital for a few days already, like a day or two. But I was in Death Valley. Came back, was exhausted that next day, and then I finally went to go see her, and she's laying in there, and they're pretty much saying like it's gonna be a wrap. Right. But when we're in the lobby, Erica was like, we were just in there maybe like an hour ago, and they were asking her like, "Are you ready to go?" She's shaking her head, no. Like, no, I am not ready. You know. So I was like, oh, maybe it won't happen. You know, anytime soon. So there were some people there already talking to her and visiting her. Once they came out, Corky came out and was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're happy. I'm so happy you're here. She's gonna love to hear from you. She can hear you. You know, tell her whatever you want." So we're walking to the back, and she's like, "We're gonna let her go today, Steven. You know, we're gonna let her go." And I'm like, Erica just told me like she don't want to go. Like, what the hell? You know, kind of confused or whatever. So I go to the back, and she's up on her machines and shit. Did you go and see her?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's on her machines, right, in that little back room. And I walk in. Her sister was there. She was holding her hand, and Landy was there, just staring at her, standing up. And I went in there kind of like, "What's up, Lid? What's going on with you? What are you stuck up in here?" And I was like, "It's me, Stephen Paul." I was like, "You know I love you, right?" And she nodded her head, bro.
Wow.
Straight up. Boom. Heard me. I was like, "Oh." And I'm going to say another part after that. But my aunt was like, oh, or her sister was like, who are you? And then Landy was like, oh, that's her PB Paul right there. That's, and it's Ermin's son. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, she can hear you, mijo. Trust me, she can hear. When you came in, she was squeezing my hand. She said, you want to hold her hand? I go, absolutely, yeah, heck yeah. So I sit next to her, and I'm just rubbing her hand. I don't have any words at that exact moment. And then something just came to me, and I was like, hey, I don't know if anybody told you, but the Cowboys won yesterday. She squeezed my hand. And, I was like, shit, that's my girl, And I just told her, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for us and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what to say because Erica confused me saying she didn't want to go.
Right.
And they know they're going to let her go, but she doesn't know that. So I'm over here saying my goodbyes and shit. Like, she's probably thinking, like, what, you guys pull the plug on me, type deal? So it was hard to come up with what to try to say, plus you're in that moment.
I actually, when I went to visit her, I told her, I thanked her for acknowledging my brother and mother as her sister and nephews off the bat.
Right.
No questions asked.
Right.
It was like we moved from New York, got introduced to her by your mom. This is my aunt, my dad's sister.
Right.
That's her dad, Lydia's dad's sister-in-law.
Right.
Okay, well, that's my sister-in-law too.
Damn.
And these are my nephews.
Right.
No questions asked. It was no, kind of like your grandmother that morning I woke up and I didn't know anybody.
Right.
No, let's go. Let's do this.
Damn.
You're here, So I thanked her for never skipping a beat saying, who are these kids?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just, these are my nephews.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever knew this. At one point, they were, Lydia and George, Uncle George, were beefing.
Okay.
And this is when we first moved out here. So they stayed, Corky and Landy's lived with us for, I don't know, a few days at least. If it wasn't at least one night. Because I remember Corky and I slept on the top bunk and Landy and my brother slept on the bottom bunk.
Okay.
Because, they were beefing.
Right.
So it was just, they were hanging out because George was on one. George was on one.
Yeah.
And I remember when Corky and I, we were little. We were, again, at this point, maybe 5th grade, 6th grade. For whatever reason, it was a family event. And we weren't allowed to cuss, obviously. And so I would say, shh. And Corky would say, it. Because that's, hey, I'm saying shh.
Yeah.
And it was just a little kid thing. But Uncle George got such a kick out of that shit.
He
was like, do it again. I go, shh. Corky would be like, it. He just, do it again. He called somebody over. Listen to this.
Dude, they were, oh, man.
Uncle George was a fucking trip, kid.
Best, dude. That motherfucker was dope. Man. So, just so the listeners know who we're talking about in perspective, my Aunt Lydia just passed away, a couple of months ago. And
our Aunt Lydia.
Our Aunt Lydia passed away a couple of months ago. It wasn't from the vid. She just, she wound up having a stroke and then didn't recover fully from it. But you guys all know that I grew up in fucking Rosarito, going with them to Mexico. I was there. I made my own clique over there. I had my own homies. When I would go to Rosarito, I would spend the night at other people's pads because that was my spot, man. I'd go with them every fucking weekend, all year long. And Rosarito is the reason why all of us even went there. My parents included, my grandparents. My grandfather bought a lot. I went with my dad. I think it was my dad, my Uncle Jesse, and my grandfather when they bought that lot. I remember watching my grandfather hand over that fucking stack of cash to buy that lot.
Wow.
I remember that being a kid. And that's what we're talking about. We know, just so you guys know who we're talking about, is the Rosarito. Like, they're the main ones, my Aunt Lydia and our Aunt Lydia and Uncle George. And Uncle George was a fucking riot, dude. This dude was nuts. Like, just chain smoker, fucking.
Talk about drinking and driving, kid.
Fuck.
And again, totally wrong, regardless of what decade you're in. But the 70s and 80s, it was normal.
Right.
Just don't get caught.
Right.
Don't act stupid. You're drinking and driving. You have a can of beer between your legs as you're driving.
Right. Man, I remember. It's crazy. They kind of both didn't pass from the similar things, but they passed in a way where everyone was able to go and say their goodbyes. My Uncle George was the same way. I don't know if you don't know this story. You probably do, but when my Uncle George passed away, he held on until Landy flew from like Colorado or some shit.
I kind of do remember that story.
And bro, they said like after he got there and he said his goodbyes, like he died within minutes after that.
Is that right?
Like he really he held on. But I remember going in there and one of Landy's homies had come out and he was standing by the door. He's like, "Hey, you're gonna be tough, right?" I forget how old I was when he went past. I was already older. I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" He's like, "All right, because he's a little weak right now and they're trying to keep him up for Landy to come by." I was all right, cool. So I go in there and my aunt Lydia was like, "He's sleeping right now, Mijo, but you can. What if you want to say to him? Just say it." I was like, "Okay." So I told him like, "Thank you for going to Rosarito, all that kind of shit." And I think he can hear me, but he couldn't open his eyes because he was so sedated. But he started crying, bro.
Oh, is that right?
And his eyes were even open. And I held his hand. I was like, "I'm gonna go outside." And my aunt was like, "Okay, it's fine." And as I was walking out, he opened his eyes. And she's like, "He opened his eyes. He opened his eyes." So I turned around. And I grabbed his hand again. I was like, "I love you. Thank you." And he's like, I was like, "I'm gonna go back outside." And he's like, "Damn!" Like he woke up just for a second. And that was a wrap. He died right after that. Fucking crazy.
It is. Meatloaf, the singer, died recently.
Today, no?
Today or yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, one of the two.
Bob Saget just recently died.
Mm-hmm. You ever suck dick for coke?
Yeah, my daughter told me, my son told her that, you know how there's always conspiracy theories about everything.
Right.
That Bob Saget was being again, conspiracy theories that he was like a pedophile and it was starting to close in on him.
Really?
I don't believe it.
Dude, he was pretty whack. He was like kind of whacked out. Don't get me wrong.
I know he used to like date like women.
Younger shit.
Yeah, a lot younger.
Right.
But not he kept it legal, I would assume.
Not Epstein,
Yeah. But Bob Saget. I'm gonna say Betty White, but I'm not gonna include her per se.
Right.
Who also just recently died. Because they're starting to fall off.
Yeah.
And here's what I mean. A decade ago, celebrities have always been falling off because they obviously get old.
Right.
But we didn't know them because they're old.
Kobe Bryant died a couple years ago. It's already on 2 years.
But they were old because, a decade ago, whomever.
Right.
And my wife was like, "Damn, this guy died." She told me, she goes, "All these celebrities are starting to die."
Oh, that comedian dude died not too long ago?
Which one?
Not McFarlane, but the other dude. The comedian dude. What the fuck was his name? Everybody loved him. I'll think about it right now.
All right. She's like, "All these celebrities are starting to die." And it hit me. It's not that they're starting to die. It's just that now that we're getting older, we know these people. Because before it was like they're older. They're my mom's generation. We don't know these people. But now that we're getting old,
we grew up with them.
Yeah, it's one of those things that on my podcast we spoke about this. You start at family functions being the one that was playing around, playing with your cousins and whatever.
Right.
As you get older, now you're hanging out. You're in your early 20s. You're acting cool, standing, drinking, whatever, and you're watching your elders sitting around a table drinking.
Right.
Da da da. Now we've become the people that are sitting at the table drinking, watching the kids play and watching the late teens, early 20s kicking it, standing up, drinking.
Right.
So we're starting to shift.
Yeah, you're taking the...
Yeah. So again, back to these celebrities, it's not that they're starting to die so much. It's just that now we know who they are because they're, we grew up with them.
Yeah.
And
like Bob Saget, that's a lot of people. And I was saying, and I'm kind of on the same page about the conspiracy thing, just about how he died. Because all of they've said, and it's cool, I'm happy they're doing it the way they're doing it. Male unresponsive in his room, done. There's nothing else. They ain't coming out with, that I've heard so far. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've heard different shit, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Not yet.
And dude, he's already buried. like his shit's done. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That was quick,
dude. Come on. During COVID and all this, people are fucking in mausoleums for 2-3 weeks before they even think about putting him down in the ground. And like his private, I mean, just done, kid. Like,
you got a point, kid.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe my son is on something.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I didn't say nothing because like maybe there's something to it. But they had said that he was sober. There was no drugs found. Right. Blah blah blah. But
hey, I'll be honest with you. And not to sound cold hearted, but when I found out he died, I was like, oh yeah, he probably OD'd.
That's what everybody did.
Yeah,
everybody did. I mean, found in your room unresponsive. But what I want to know is, how did they know he was unresponsive at 2:40 in the morning? Like, who the fuck went to go check on him at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I think that was the wife.
Oh, was
but yeah? Apparently, they text all the time, and
got it.
And he wasn't responding to her, and apparently, like, it was one of those things that he had just done a show,
right?
So he would have been up. I guess he told her maybe I'll text you when I get to the hotel room or what have you, and she was texting him, and he wasn't responding, and that was out of the ordinary.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's worse. Not getting a response back from that.
My daughter sent me a thingamajig that remember the two nomad couple that she died, and he all of a sudden he bounced and
right
and they found him dead.
Yeah,
apparently there's an article saying that the FBI released a notebook that he had next to his body that said he actually killed her.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
And he offed himself?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, with that being said, if that's true, which I'm not saying it's not, his parents knew. Because they're the ones that helped him.
Yeah. Did they know he was going to go off himself, though?
I would think so, kid.
Dude, if one of your kids came to you and said, like, hey, I'm going to go do this, and you're going to be like, okay, cool. Like, not saying, okay, cool, but like, hold on, let's try to figure this out. Like, let me put you up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least make those efforts. If you're gonna go down, I'm gonna go down with you.
I don't know, man, because it's one of those. Let me ask you.
Unless he was,
let's be honest. Let's be honest. If one of your kids came and told you, I just offed my with your girls, you're my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to help her, or are you gonna be like, yo, we need to call the police?
Well, this is a hard topic because obviously them two had issues before, right?
Right.
And that dude has had like domestic calls against her and shit type deal too, right?
I think it was
or both ends or whatever.
I was gonna say it's a mutual.
They're trying to sue them now, right? Because the police department, because they should have arrested him at one of the first incidences or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, I don't know about the sue part, but yeah, there's issues in regards to them letting them go.
Right. And even times before that, I guess they had problems before. But I guess my logic doesn't make sense because that's him going to them.
So right? Again, so my question to you is this. If, God forbid, one of your daughters comes to you and says, I offed my boyfriend.
Dude, for a girl, yeah, it's probably different. Like one of my daughters, probably, I'd be like, what happened? What's going down? Whatever.
But I mean, in this day and age with technology, with them figuring shit out from the gate, are you going to sit there and say, okay, we'll figure this out. Let's not go to the police?
If my kid came and told me, like, I'm going to off myself because I did this, like, I'm probably going to try to protect him some way, somehow. That was what we were trying to talk about. Like, do you think the parents knew he was going to go off himself or he was going to go try to figure it out?
No, I honestly think that he was. I honestly think because what had happened is from the moment he got back without her and the police were snooping around, I think they took like a family trip, like to some camping area.
Oh,
to me,
like a last.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing this. Yeah. So okay, no, don't do it, son. Don't do it, son. I'm doing it.
And I'm talking a lot more than, like, I know these fucking, like, I do all that shit. I had no idea. Like, this story to me, it didn't catch my eye for whatever reason. I felt bad. It was getting a lot of attention. Melissa was all up on it. Actually, she had to fill me in on what's cracking. And the only reason why I know this last part, because I saw it on TV about them saying, like, she should have never been in this position. She should have never been killed. They should have arrested him a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. They should have stopped him at least that day. And because he was the male and they let him go, and I think there was another one where she was the abuser, but they didn't do nothing to her either. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Of course, if I'm put in that position, I don't know what I would do, but I think common sense at one point has to prevail, saying they got you on camera somewhere.
Right. So that's like you saying, coming home to your mom's pad right here, next door, right? My lovely neighbor. You rolling up. Your hands are all fucking full of blood and shit. Your mom's like, ay, mijo, ¿qué pasó? Dios te lo bendiga. What happened? And you go, Mom, I was at fucking work, and I seen this dude at 120 degrees, and I gave him a ride, and he took my water cup, and so I stabbed him in the fucking neck. What do I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Your mom be like, calm down, hold on, let's talk about this. What are we going to do?
You see, but something like that I think is a little different.
I'm sure. It's not apples for apples, but I mean, fuck. I mean, it's the same. You're fucking showing up to your parents' house and you just kill somebody, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
But, okay, back to him actually going to his parents' house.
Yeah.
Him and his girlfriend bought a van to go travel the U.S. You come home with the van without the girlfriend.
Right.
That's what we know on TV.
Right.
And he's at home. And the police are coming by saying, girlfriend's missing. What's up? I'm not going to talk to you. And the parent, you see what I'm saying? It's like they got to know what's going on. Even if he didn't tell them.
But didn't he lie to them? Or supposedly tell them like he doesn't know, or she got...
Well, that's
hearsay?
The story that's out. But it's one of those things that, come on, you got to know as a parent.
Right.
You know if your kid's whacked out.
Or at least have that idea. Like yeah.
So I think they kind of knew. That's
what I'm saying. When you're saying that you knew that he was gonna go and like whack himself off, like whack himself off, wax himself, then maybe there was a relationship there where they like, you know, yo, yeah, my son's a fucking nut job.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, if that's the case, then
come on, bro.
I think a boy would be different. Like, if I knew my son was a nut job and like a crazy dude, and yeah, all right, what the fuck, you fucking dumbass, crazy fuck.
And again, it's one of those things that they had to have known,
right?
Because the day he took off, not to come back, what do they think he's doing?
Fucking burying the body. They found her though, right, in the river or some shit.
They found both of them, yeah.
Oh, but what? How did he die?
He offed himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
shot himself in the dumpskis.
That I don't know.
Oh, or hung himself.
But and again, I don't know if you followed the story. The parents are the ones that actually found him.
No, really?
Dog.
I didn't know that.
The day,
no shit.
What happened is the park that he went to was closed.
I think I remember reading some.
And the day it opened, that the FBI or whomever authorities were going to go look,
right.
The parent says, we want to go with you. We know where he usually goes.
Right. I remember.
They went straight to the spot and found him.
I remember that part.
Dog, come on.
I do remember that part of the story. Damn, that's fucking nuts.
It really is.
Yeah, there a lot of this stuff on TV. I like how the other people, or a lot of people, like, don't take your eye off of the real subject. What's going on with Joe Biden? Yo, baby, Bing bong. Oh, dude, that dude's getting ripped. We're not gonna talk politics, dude.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
because yeah.
Next story. So now we're just drinking. We're about a quarter bottle deep of the Crown Royale vanilla. I actually went in for another one just because I thought she got tainted from the last one. And you just smell vanilla and then the Crown Royale behind it.
I've been seeing videos about Cowboy fans' reactions to the game,
bro,
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dude, some of them are fucking funny, kid.
Dude,
you guys are funny.
You know what it is? The internet, the interweb are savages, bro. They don't wait a single minute, kid. Like, I saw the pictures that they were showing on the fans, and I was like thinking, those are going to be memes. Those are going to be memes. Like, they're perfect memes, dude. And sure enough, every single one. Like, I think the camera did it on purpose and, like, stealed on them. All right, here, take that picture really quick so you can use this for your your fucking meme this week.
You know, I'm not into sports like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We've spoken about Big Lou.
Yep.
When the Niners, I hate to bring it up.
Yep.
When the Niners went to the Super Bowl, he had a Super Bowl party because that's his team.
Yep.
I went.
Yep.
And he was pumped, as all sports people or sports fans for their teams are in the Super Bowl. He was pumped, kid. And at the end, when they lost, he lost it. And I could not understand. To this day, I still don't understand it, but I get it, I guess.
I know. He called himself a passionate, a sports fan or some shit? Team loyal fan?
So watching these videos of legitimate, I mean, it was actually, I guess maybe they were recording themselves expecting that the Cowboys were going to win.
Right.
But obviously they lost. But it's just, some of these videos are just so funny how, you know, we got a chance. We got to clap it. No, come on, Dak. We got this. We got, no, don't. Ah, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay, no, we still got 3 more chances. Dude,
that's how Rob was. And Rob, dude, believe it or not, anytime we've watched a game together or whatever, and we usually fucking lose, he has like that spirit all game. And I'm like, what game are you watching? Like, what miracle do we need in the last fucking 4 minutes to make this happen? Like, and was he wrong? No, because there was a chance, very slim chance, but there was a chance. But you know, I mean, come on, like, it'd be a miracle from hell. It would have been dope to pull it off. If it would have happened, I would have followed Rob every, you know what I mean? But I kept it real from the jump. I kept it real before the game started. I kept it real while the game was happening. And at halftime, or after the first quarter, even Professor said it. Rob was like, man, that ain't shit, man. They ain't doing nothing to us. Like, we got this shit. And he was serious, dead serious, because he was upset, you know, like trying to. And I was like, no, we're not. Like, we're getting our ass beat, bro. Like, and the professor's like, yeah, listen to this guy. He's watching the game. You know, what game are you watching type deal? And after the second half came, we walked by, and Rob, like, whispered to me, like, he's like, yeah, you're right. We're in trouble, huh? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, we got 8 yards in one quarter. Like, what the fuck? Like, man, Pop Warner teams get more shit than that.
And the funniest shit is, and I get it, because a fan is a fan. Who you going to say?
Rob, Lou is over the top, son.
Oh, is he?
Big Lou? Oh, you weren't there to watch that part, right?
Because I'm going to let you guys have your fun. I showed up right after the game.
Yep.
Because I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the fandom like that.
Right.
That you guys have.
It's hard for me to watch games like that with people.
Even for you rooting for your own team? Or opposite team?
Yeah, opposite. Like, okay. I can watch it with, like, you know, Ivan, Rob,
right.
Us, Cowboy. We've done it here at the pad, you know, with Dodgers, same shit. But with the rivals, and Lou's over the top, bro. So at like the first touchdown, he's like, fuck yeah, fuck, you know, not doing it in nobody's face, but I get it. You're happy your team won, but Lou, like, every play is something. Fuck you, fuck that. There was no fucking flag there. You fucking guys, you guys are fucking pushing. You guys are like, god damn, like, dude's dissecting the whole entire game and just yelling, running up to the TV, flipping people off. Every play, dude. I swear to God. I'm not, and he never sat down. He's yelling and yelling. Even his old brother and his lady were like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like, girl, this dude's going nuts. And he was. But we were down. I forgot what the score, whatever it was. But when we finally scored our first touchdown, Rob called it. He called it 2 plays. It happened in 2 plays. He goes, it's going to be an over-the-top fucking touchdown of Amari Cooper. And I was like, man, you don't think you're going to get Zeke up in there? And 1 play went. They ran it. Nothing. Over the top to fucking Amari Cooper touchdown. I was like, you fucking called it, Rob. You called it. And that's when Ivan got in front of fucking Lou's face. He was like, yeah! Oh! Like, Lou was right. We didn't do that. He didn't do that to us, but he did the same gestures just around us. You know what I mean? And that's going to get you fired up when you're losing, bro. Like, you know, it's tough to do, but it is what it is, especially a game like that. But just, I can tell how Lou reacted when I can imagine the Super Bowl and them losing.
Dog.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
When he started beating up his work truck,
there's no need to be that passionate. And I'm lying a little bit because, don't get me wrong, I've had my moments with the Cowboys, and it's a lot of moments. For whatever reason, I don't know why the Cowboys still play on Thanksgiving, because we get our ass beat every fucking Thanksgiving. I don't get it. It's
is that right?
It's the worst time to eat turkey. Like, I don't like turkey because fucking Cowboys, they lose, man. Like, I'm just kidding. I love me a fucking turkey. Boy, I like a turkey and a nap, kid. But I'm going to rewind, like, fucking let's go 10 years ago when I had my Cadillac, right? The Caddy. We're having Thanksgiving at Melissa's grandparents' house up in Beaumont or Highland, right? San Bernardino. And they're playing against Denver. And Dan's a Denver fan. And he's cool, though. He's chill. They scored. He didn't say nothing. It's like, they should have scored that. Like, you know what I mean? He's cool about it. And goes down to the final drive. Of course, we throw like an interception whenever we fucking lose. I'm like, motherfuckers, dude. I'm fucking pissed. And I go outside and I beat the fuck out of my Cadillac. I kick the fucking front. Yeah, dude.
Dog, come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I didn't cry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't say nothing about crying.
Well,
but
you did on your podcast. But like the yelling like that intensely, I don't get. Like, when I'm watching the game here myself, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, I don't get, you know what I mean? Like, kind of to yourself type deal. But I don't know how, if Lou does that by himself too when he's watching the game. I would imagine so, because it's just in him. But yo, when I tell you, every 30 seconds the professor was going, God damn, Jesus Christ, oh, fuck it, Lou, holy shit, God damn, what's wrong with this guy? It was fucking funny.
Now let me ask you this. Again, because I'm a sports novice. Dan.
Yes.
Denver Broncos.
Yes.
How does he become a Denver Broncos fan? Did he live there?
I don't think so. I think he liked John Elway.
Uncle Danny.
Yes.
Miami Dolphins.
He liked the quarterback.
Okay. Raymond. Philadelphia Eagles.
That one I don't know.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, I don't get it.
Right. And that's probably the dopest thing about the sport and football. I don't know if it's the logos that they like, the colors they like, what it is, how they become a fan. That's like probably good questions to ask people. I want to say probably majority of Cowboy fans that are like my age are probably bandwagon fans when they were winning Super Bowls before they became fans. Unless they have the story.
And don't get me wrong, that makes total sense. You know, right. They won. That's how Big Lou, I think, became a Niners fan, because when he was watching, they won when he started getting into football.
Right.
The Niners won the Super Bowl, and he was watching them. You know, throughout the season, they won the Super Bowl. He's like, okay, I'm a Niners fan. Right. I think that's how he became one.
I thought it was some shit about his friends playing soccer. Oh no, that was after. I think him and his. I don't know. I'm gonna make that story all fucked up.
Yoko Ono.
Yep.
He's a
Colts.
Yep. Diehard. And when I met him, Peyton Manning was the quarterback.
Right.
And dog, I heard somebody else on a different conversation, one of my friends that's not a Colts fan, that don't even know Yoko Ono,
right,
said Peyton Manning's like a surgeon. Dog.
Yeah.
Shit. And so I was like, when he was young, he was a bandwagoner for some reason, for some team.
Right.
If I remember the story correct. And somebody called him out on it. You're just bandwagon because they won. And for whatever reason, it struck him it struck a bad chord with him. He's like, he picked at that particular time the shittiest team in the NFL. He goes, that's my team. And it happened to be the Colts.
No shit.
So when I met the dude, the Colts were like on top with Peyton Manning. I was like, damn.
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, he was like, ever since however old he was, he's like, I picked that team. That was my team.
Okay, I see.
Dude, he had VHS tapes of when Peyton Manning was drafted by the Colts.
Right.
Stuff like that. I was like, damn, you for real.
Shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Dan is a fan of the Broncos because of that. And there's other, a lot of Raider fans could be fans because when they were winning, I think in the later 80s, they had John Madden, they had fucking Bo Jackson, they had some pretty badass Marcus Allen, they had Tim Brown, they had some studs, so I can see a team or people liking them, but we're still kind of young at that point to understand football,
right.
you know what I mean? So it's gonna happen like people hanging out with friends, that's gonna be your team. I know my neighbor probably is a Cowboy fan because of me, because I started watching the Cowboys and so did he. Other people there's kids, or my dad's a Niner fan, so I'm gonna be a Niner fan.
Matter of fact, hey, how
You don't know how he became a Cowboy fan?
No, how did he become a Niner fan?
Because that's where like his mom is from, that area. She was born in the fuck's the name of that town over there in Pittsburgh, California, like Northern California.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, she's not from Mexico, fool.
No disrespect, but yeah,
you would think, right?
Yeah.
Their family's from Tepa, Jalisco. That's why she looks so white and like blue eyed and shit. But yeah, she's from California.
Wow.
Yeah. So where my cousins live now is actually like one town away from where they were born. Like my cousin who sent me all the shit from San Francisco.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they're Niner fans.
When we moved out to California and would again, 3rd grade, my mom would send us back east for the summer, my brother and I.
Right.
So my dad could see us. And, you know, the only family we had out here was your mom and my uncle, your grandpa, my uncle.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
Other than now Lydia and the Cortezes and Charles. So every summer she sent us back home to be with our family.
Right.
And, you know, to get us out of her hair and shit. And so Grandma Nana would take us school shopping.
Right.
Dog, I had a Jets jacket, the green joint with the helmet.
Is that right?
I didn't know shit about football, but it was a New York team, and they were like, yo, you know. So I probably should have stuck with the Jets.
And that's crazy. Oh, yeah, that would. Wait, let me see. She was Staten Island, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be. But Staten Island is closer, or the New York Jets Stadium, I think, is closer to like Jersey.
The Giants Stadium isn't closer to Jersey?
Maybe it's Giants. I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
Maybe it could be the Giants. I don't know though. And then one of them's Buffalo, that's right, like close.
Oh no, Buffalo's up
like
by
further
Canada,
north, right? Yeah, further north. Yeah. But I'm not saying it was a New York team, but a lot of people from that area are either Bills fans, Jets fans, or Giants fans.
Well, in all actuality, from what I understand, New York, what everybody thinks of New York, in regards to New York, then you got the Giants and the Jets,
right?
Then closest would be like Eagles, Steelers. Apparently, further away is the Bills, even though it's still in New York.
Oh, I see.
The Steelers and the Eagles are actually closer to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because they're like right on the border.
Yeah,
PA is right there.
Yeah, and apparently, like the Bills are closer to Canada.
Yeah, and I think there's a big ass rivalry between them. But you know who's a Jets fan? The only Jets fan that I really know, I think I know 2 Jets fans, is Jason.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, Jessica's husband. He's a big dude. He's got some. So her brother like does a broadcasting shit or whatever, like video cameraing, and he was a video. What is a camcorder guy? What is this fucking called? I can't think of the name right now.
Cameraman.
There you go. Down in the field, got them press box fucking down on the field. Dude, he got like gloves from the players. Bro, these things are huge. Because when I was in Texas, I visited him. I tried putting them on. Like this big. I think he got a helmet from a player or some shit. Or, dude, he's got a setup.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When I was when I was becoming closer to Rob and Yoko Ono, they were into football, and they're telling me you need a team. Doesn't matter what the team is, just pick one and just roll with it.
Yep.
And I again never got into it, but then twice a year we'd go to Arizona to visit my buddy James.
Okay.
And he went to Oregon. He was an Oregon Duck for college.
Yep.
So he'd always watch college games.
Yeah.
So I watched college football with him on the weekends that we were there. And I got into a player. And when this player went to the NFL, I told myself, okay, this might be my chance to actually delve into the NFL because I got somebody I like for whatever reason.
Right.
And
the dude was a stud.
And he was a stud in college.
The quarterback, huh?
Quarterback. Yeah. And when he got drafted.
Right.
And my old lady even got me a shirt for the team.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight up.
I don't recall this.
And it was whack.
Oh.
It was Johnny Manziel
and the Browns.
Kid.
Oh, yeah. Out of all teams.
Out of all teams. And I can almost guarantee you.
Because he went first round. And
I can almost guarantee you, had he went with another team, any other team,
right,
I probably would have stuck with the team even though he fell off and did what he did, except for the Browns.
And that's how I know, even probably then, you don't watch the NFL because obviously the last team gets first pick, right? First overall pick.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, the year before last was Trevor Lawrence, and he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And
that dude with the long hair?
Yeah, right? And the dude, like, the Columbine, he's throwing darts, throwing fucking bombs, and that team sucks, you know? So, like, if I put myself in your shoes, like, I'm going to start off with, because I like this guy, I would already know, like, well, he's going to go to the Jaguars. Like, do I like that logo? Probably not. Like, let me pick another guy.
Is that fucked up? It was all about the logo.
Yeah. But, dude, their fucking mascot's pretty dope. That Bulldog.
That Bulldog?
Yeah. You don't like that?
But that logo, the helmet?
It's just ugly, huh? That orange and brown?
Orange helmet?
And it's so plain. There's no logo on it, bro. It makes it worse.
And the shirt my old lady got me.
That makes it worse.
It was an orange shirt.
yeah, that's tough, bro. So you just left that all behind, huh? Oh, shit.
But kid, I liked him because I watched his college games.
Yeah, he was bad.
And he would like do that thing with the fingers with the money.
Yeah.
And then he would do this thing like he was signing his hand.
Okay.
And I would ask my buddy, I was like, what's that all about? He's like, he got busted for signing autographs for money.
Right.
But he don't give a fuck because he's that good.
He's that dude.
And I was like, wow. And then like, not too long after that, who's the boxer? Mayweather.
Yeah.
He was being interviewed on a Tonight Show or something along those lines. And they were asking him, what athletes are you respecting right now? Are you looking forward to watching? He was like, Johnny Football.
Yeah.
They're like, and even whoever the person was, Jimmy Fallon was like, who's Johnny Football? Johnny Manziel. He's coming up. He's gonna. And I was like, that's the dude I've been watching. I said, I think that's my man right there. And he fell off, kid.
Bro,
I saw him more on TMZ than I did on ESPN.
He just, from the jump, dude. Going to that team, first of all, he never wanted to be there. It was all fucked up, and then he just never recovered from that shit. He just never recovered from the limelight. Got to him, bro. All that fucking money thing, like he took that shit to the dome.
Dog, like I said, man, when I was watching his college game, he scored a touchdown. He'd be like, with the money's in. I was like, damn it, man.
He was hot, bro. He was a hot commodity.
Now, this dude that you were just talking about with the long hair.
Yeah.
Can we be honest? And my old lady's going to kill me for this. And because I talked to her. I mean, I've said this in front of her. And she's like, you're crazy. Don't be like that, da-da-da, you're an asshole. She never said that, but he married his college sweetheart.
Yeah, right off the jump.
Man.
You don't like that?
No.
What?
Dog. You know what's waiting for you if you're a single?
Oh, yeah. But that shit's going to be in front of him the rest of his life. Like, either you're going to settle down at that point, or you're going to just run amok like Johnny Manziel, kid. Like, that fool should have married somebody who would have been all right.
Dog, I think Peyton Manning's kids are like 10, 12.
Yeah.
And he's like 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Because he got it. I mean, he got it in, let's be honest.
Yeah, right.
Because when the world is your oyster, why are you going to lock yourself down at that point?
Because you might end up like Steve McNair. You remember Steve McNair? Aaron McNair?
Did he off himself or off his?
He got off by one of the chicks he was fucking banging
That's
with.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be too careful. You know, or, well, was it his wife did it, or his ex-wife, or one of his girlfriends, some shit like that?
That's right.
Some girl
Something
he was fucking with.
Yeah.
Some chick he met at the club. That dude was living two lives. You know that?
No.
I saw. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think he had like a regular married life, like whatever, like home, blah blah blah. And then he bought like an apartment or a condo, and that was like his weekend. Like he'd go there, hang out, and bring chicks there from the clubs and shit, or his girlfriend, whoever the fuck the girl was.
Man,
that smoke kid in the sleep.
I remember that. Damn. I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. But whether it be an NFL quarterback, a rock star, you know, when you get to that point, you know, no disrespect to whatever, but the world is your oyster and you only live once. And Come on, man. How you gonna lock yourself down like that?
I mean, I think that goes for anybody who, like, even just the average Joe who is gonna be a big time contractor or a big time whatever. Like, you got your girl that you've been with for a minute. It's a wrap. What if you do that and you sell fucking multi-million-dollar project? Like, oh man, I should have married her. I could have met some chick over this joint type deal. I know it's different because of their start, like their superstardom.
Super.
Yeah, like they're on top of the world type deal. But, and then let's be real on another fact. Because he's a football player, he's probably going to get the play he wants. But that dude ugly as hell. Like,
that hair?
No.
That's Fabio. That's straight. He's Fabio, kid.
No.
You know who Fabio is?
Yeah, but Fabio's hair wasn't cut to his shoulders. Come on. Like, dude, that's like a little girl haircut, bro. Come on. Grow it out, put it in a ponytail. Like, let's be real. Damn. That shit's whack as fuck.
Speaking of NFL quarterbacks, I just saw him. He was a backup quarterback, but I think he was playing for the Jaguars at one point.
Oh yeah,
he had that long handlebar mustache. He was a pretty cool dude too.
He should be a starter in any team. I don't know why he's not.
What's his name?
Gardner Minshew.
He's got the mustache.
Minshew mania.
And he would, yeah. He had the headband. He
Minshew, baby. Dude, that motherfucker
he was a cool
bad.
dude. What,
he was a Jaguar. Yeah.
So why? What happened?
Because they were in last place, and that team's been in last place for the last like 2-3 years.
And it's the same team we're talking about, right?
Yeah, same team, and they're just not managed correctly.
Who's he with now?
He's with the Eagles. He's their backup.
Because he was starting because
Dude, there's some teams that need a quarterback, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be one of them. Like, straight up. That's my opinion. I don't know. But he's got it in him, dude. Minshew Mania, he's a man. His, cause you know how I collect cards on that bullshit? Uh-huh. Like, his cards were going hot for a minute. When he's like a rookie.
Yeah, dog. Like I said, I even knew who he was. Not by name, but I was like, damn.
Root for that guy. You might be an Eagles fan or something. No, you know what? He could be, dude. Like, so, if we put him on the market, because I don't know what they're going to do with Jalen Hurts. That's their quarterback. They drafted him a few years ago. That's going to be their starter. I don't think they're going to go away from him. They could. He has some injuries. But if he stays a backup and his agent doesn't put him forward somewhere, like that needs a quarterback, I mean, he could be a fucking, man, a Panther. Panthers need a fucking quarterback. Brady doesn't have too much longer left with fucking Tampa Bay. He could be a backup there and learn some shit.
Steelers,
yeah. Big Ben's gone. Like, and there's other quarterbacks that probably shift around too. Like Deshaun Watson needs a job. Russell Wilson's gonna go. The Denver Broncos.
Isn't Watson the dude that was getting those massages and?
That was Antonio Brown.
No.
Oh no. Oh, Watson too. Yeah. He's got some charges on him.
Yeah. You see how you say it so nonchalant?
Yeah.
He's got some charges on him.
But hey, proven innocent to proven guilty, bro. Like, come on. Hey, they said the same shit about AB, but he was like, hey, she wanted me to bust on her back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it.
Speaking of AB, does he not? He's saying he ain't got no mental issues. And again, from an outsider looking in, my man is nutso.
Well, so if we're just talking about that one incident, to many could look like, yeah, he's nuts. Besides all the other shit he gets into, right? I think he's just an oddball character.
Okay, hold on. We're talking about the game let's be honest, he quit on.
Yep.
For whatever reason. He might,
If I told you the reason, you think it'd change your mind?
That he quit?
Yes.
No. However, ripping off all your clothes?
Yeah.
Now that's, okay, quit, fuck this job, right. I get it.
Yeah.
But you're going to rip off your clothes and
dance around and shit, hop around.
Come on, kid.
So there's discrepancies about that, right? And one is supposedly he took himself out of the game is one story because his ankle was hurt or he was hurt or whatever. And obviously he wasn't because he was fucking hopping around, jumping around at the crowd on his way out. Like, his ankle looked just fine. Do you know why he quit though? Do you know like the story of what they say the reason why?
He's, from what I understand, he told the coach he showed proof that his ankle or whatever was jacked up,
right?
And he was in pain. He shouldn't even been playing. Coach was like, "You need to go out there, or you're done with this team." And he was like, "Fuck it, then I'm done."
So those like text messages and all those reports, those were fake. Those weren't for him.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that wasn't. That shit was fake as fuck. So, from what I'm understanding, and again, there's so many different stories. I don't even know if I'm right, but I think my story is a little more accurate. The story goes is that he had incentives that were going to be paid to him that game.
Okay.
Right. So, I'm going to give short-term examples just for whatever he needed. Let's say he needed 2 more catches for $333,000 if he got 2 more catches.
Right.
If he got a touchdown, he was getting another $333,000, whatever the number was. The total added up to $1 million. He needed 1 more touchdown to get those incentives. The tight end Gronkowski also needed like a catch and several yards to get $1 million bonus. Well, from what I hear, is the coach benched him so he wouldn't get those incentives. But Gronk went and told Tom Brady, like, yo, I need another catch to get my millie. He's like, oh, I got you. And it was like, yo, what, AB needs his shit too. And they're like, nah, we're going to get Gronk. And Gronk got his catch, whatever, boom, cashed in, blah, blah, blah. Then there was an argument between the coach and him. It could have been about the ankle or whatever it was. And he's like, you're done. You're done for the day. And there's another video, too, of Tom Brady actually going to him and saying, like, you're done. You're out. Get this fool out of here. And I don't know if that's because they were arguing already or if that video was ad-libbed and a fake video as well. But that's when he fucking lost his mind.
No shit.
He wasn't going to get the money. So they did him dirty.
Okay.
And I get it. Yeah, taking your shirt off, ripping off your shirt.
Yeah, that was another level, kid.
You know why? Because no one's ever done that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Can he ball?
Hell yes.
Will somebody pick him up?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm hearing everybody say he's done with the NFL. Excuse me. NFL is done with him.
No. They just can't. I don't think they could just do. I mean, I don't know if there was any, like,
no,
for what he did. Like,
you think a team would, from what I see, is they're saying he's a headache. He's a problem child.
He is, but they can put contingencies on his contract. They can be like, hey, you play well for a game, you're going to get paid this much. You start acting up, you're done. Or whatever, right? And they thought the Cowboys were going to do that for him for the playoffs. Like, they were thinking about sweeping him up and be like, hey, you come to practice for a day, you show up on time, you'll get this. Your contract says you're going to get paid this much. You fucking give it another go the next day, and you do good, you're going to get like kind of like a baby, dude.
Right.
Act like a baby, treat like a baby.
Let me ask you a question. Had the Cowboys done that, because that's your team?
Yes.
Would you have a problem with that?
Hell no. Hell to the fucking no. And honestly, bro, you could probably ask any fan, and they would have been like, yeah, we'll take him. Because he's a threat. He's sick with it. Like, he's a baller. At the end of the day, he can ball. He's a football player. Like, he's a headache, but that's not my problem. The fucking team loses. Who cares? Like, the team gives me a headache no matter what. So what the fuck is going to add one more headache to it? Like, you can't use that as an excuse, you know?
You know, that just comes from an outsider looking in versus somebody who's in it. Like,
yeah, like
what it takes to win.
I mean, you're already going in with that risk with that dude. We all know that because of his history. You know what I'm saying? Raiders, all the bullshit, not going to practice and blah, blah, blah. I don't think he got let go from... Did he get let go from...
Who?
The Patriots? Or did he just follow Tom Brady?
Oh,
I don't remember. Something. I know he got into an altercation with somebody, like, he got into a car accident or some shit and tried to beat him up or some crap like that. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Can I be real?
Yeah.
He was on a show. If you know the show, don't say it yet.
I already know the show.
At the end of the show, he won the show.
Oh, is that right?
Before, the show is called The Masked Singer. My old lady said, I think that's Antonio Brown. Now, my old lady don't know anybody other than the Cowboys and Tom Brady and Gronk and
some of the big dogs.
The big dogs.
Yeah.
Who's Antonio? I don't even know who that is. And she called it, kid.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't even know. Dog.
Damn. Wow.
She puts me to shame when it comes to football. You know, it's funny because sometimes especially in the beginning of the season, I'll watch it, but it's like whatever. I'm on my tablet watching Titans on HBO Max, and she's watching football.
Bro, so I'm opposite of you. I'm more hyped up in the beginning of season than I am towards the end. Obviously, the end, because you've seen how your team's doing, so you probably fucking lose interest. But in the beginning, it's like you're seeing all the new rookies. Like you said, Johnny Manziel coming out. You want to see him do his thing. So you're like flipping to that game to see how he's doing. You know, the Trevor Lawrence dude. Like, oh, this is his first game with the Jaguars. To see if he can turn that team around. Or is it really the coaching? Or is it just the team sucks? Like, you're watching all the games, like looking at all of these fucking rookie running back. Let's see how he does. And then, obviously, fantasy football. But, yo, get involved, kid. I got 3 TVs up on this motherfucker.
Let me tell you something. My homeboy, Manuel, from, he's in Phoenix right now.
Okay.
His son's 11 years old. Okay? His son knows players. His son knows teams. He, on game day, on Sunday, he's got them little helmets.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And all the teams that are playing, he puts them apparently like on the TV console where the big screen is.
Yep.
And he'll put each team that's playing against each other, like the helmets facing each other.
Okay, yeah.
And what he'll do is he'll move the team that he thinks is going to win, he'll move it a little slightly forward.
Oh, I see.
So he'll line up whatever he's doing.
Got it.
He knows players, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And I'm telling my buddy Manuel, get this kid into fantasy football.
Hell yeah.
Because by the time he's 18,
you're making some dough.
Exactly. I'm like, dude.
So check this out. One of Aiden, little homie, Adam's son. They got a homie, his name's Tyler, and they're 12, 13 years old. He plays fantasy football and fucking wins. He plays against like adults and shit.
No shit.
He's the same way, bro. He knows all the players. He knows all the stats. He knows everything. Mike, my business partner, his son is the same way with baseball. Like, he'll come in the shop area, so we'll talk about baseball, you know, because I'm a big baseball fan as well. And he'll be like, what's up with fucking Bellinger, man? He's only batting 185 with only like 10 home runs. What the hell? I'm like, what the? Dude, you're like 9 years old. Bro, dude's bad, bro. He should be more like Acuna. And I'm like, damn. And he watches, dude. And he'd be like, asking me questions like, who do you think the best second baseman is in the game? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe Javier Baez. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, man. And his glove, like, when he tags people, dude's sick. He's bad. I'm like, bro, like, what do you do? Like, don't you go to school?
We were talking with my daughter last night, and she was asking, we were talking about, you know, her putting money away.
Yep.
Stock market and all that kind of good stuff. And I was telling her what her mom and I do. And the point of what we're doing is for retirement.
Okay.
You know, money markets and all that kind of good stuff. And I probably should have already done this, and we're going to do something. I mean, she already does her 401k and all that kind of good stuff with work. But I want her to do more.
Okay.
And I'm telling her, I'm like, look, the more you do now, the more you'll have then. So she starts asking me about crypto.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I don't really know too much. I know a little bit, so I'm kind of telling her what I know. And she's like, you know, I don't know if I should look into it because I don't want to be left behind, which makes sense.
Sure.
She's like, the Staples Center is now, what is it, the crypto.com center?
Yeah.
She's like, there's something there.
Right.
NFTs and all this kind of good stuff. And I said, yeah, totally makes sense. So the reason I'm saying this is because traditional jobs, you and I are blue collar, accounting, the medical field, those are more traditional. We can't discount other ways of making money, which is the crypto, which I'm not saying I'm all for it, but definitely look into it because there are people making millions off of it.
Sure.
Just like my buddy's son, I'm like, dude, yeah, as much as we want our kids to have a safe 9 to 5, there's other ways let's not discount fantasy football and your son being a baller at 10 years old. He's already got an eye for this.
Right.
Don't sweep this under the rug like it's not something that could be. Right. It could be something.
Especially if he's that like attracted to it and
passionate about it.
Passionate about it. Yep, and has a little act for that.
And one of the reasons why I say this is because, like me growing up, I was, like I said, I played drums. I was really into it. I took music in school. My parents at the time, well, my mom and my stepfather, didn't see that as an avenue to progress. Right. It was like that's a hobby. No, you need to focus on your schoolwork. Da da da. Not saying that I would have done something with it, but I feel that they were like, that's nothing that. No, you need to more.
Like Quentin Tarantino's mom.
Yeah, we got into that on my podcast as well.
No, that's why I said. That's why he said it.
So yeah, I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, dude, take it serious. I mean, not take it serious. I told him, I said, my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, or you would advise him something different. I said, next season, just you and him, open up a little ESPN fantasy football, just the two of you.
Yep.
Get your feet wet. I said, even if you do like an auto draft and let him play off of what was given to him.
Yeah, he could do DraftKings, let his dad send him and let him like pick it, you know?
Yeah.
Let him run it.
And then, because he was actually saying, well, he's actually considering it. And he's like, my friends, maybe I get him to play with my friends. Right. I'm like, maybe the first year, just the two of you, so there's no pressure, and play off of each other, show each other your teams, and go from there. I'm like, dude, because, again, 5 years down the road, 8 years down the road, throwing $250.
So I've been doing fantasy for a while already, dude. Like probably over 10 years, right? At least. And there was this video that came out, and it was like it shows every player in your league, like how they act. And dude, it is a riot. I want to find it and send it to you, bro. It's like the player who shares an account with his wife or some shit. It's like they're both picking teams and they're arguing with each other, and it's the fucking like, oh, I should have started this guy. I knew he was gonna go off. Like, no, you didn't. Like, dude, it's fucking funny as fuck. Oh, and I think there was a show, dude, at one point, like a series.
Actually, yeah, it was on FX.
What the fuck was that called?
The League.
Oh yeah, The League. Yeah, that's right.
That was actually a pretty good show.
Damn, I gotta look that one up. I don't think I got through that whole entire season or that whole. I don't know how many seasons it was. Just one, I think.
Did you? There used to be a show in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, that the NFL got canceled. Canceled it.
Oh, is that right?
Dog. And I think you could watch like episodes on. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think the YouTube clips
it was called. No, you can watch full episodes.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's called Playmakers.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Dog. I watched like the first episode and it was off the hook.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. And again, it showed like the shit that we don't see.
Right.
Like dudes taking shots, painkillers, and just to be able to play.
Right.
Dudes fucking around on their wives. It was like legit what really goes on.
Right.
And from what I remember, the NFL was like, shut that shit down.
Yeah.
I think it was on TNT or TBS or even ESPN. I think it was actually ESPN. And from what I remember, they said the NFL was like, you keep making that show, we're gonna pull our games off of your channel.
So check this out. I don't forget how old I was when I found this out years ago, but I used to think like, how come baseball players like don't throw their ball like every time? Some of them do, right? Some of them don't. How come football players don't throw like the football in the stands like every time? Like anytime you got a ball, throw it in the fans. Like they're there. They get charged for that shit. That's why. Like I don't know how much, but or they get fined too.
Oh, is that right?
Well, they're giving away NFL property, so they get fined and they got to pay for the ball.
Am I wrong? Did I hear correctly that each team has to supply X amount of balls for each game?
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I don't know how it goes down. I know that they I know at one point they did supply their own equipment, like balls and shit. And that's how Tom Brady got away with all the Super Bowls because they would like
exactly. Yeah.
So now I don't know. Like I don't know if officials bring their own balls. Like I don't know, 4 per game or some shit. Like I don't know because it's very hard to get rid of a ball unless a fan gives it away, or a player gives it away to a fan, or it misses a field goal and goes into the. But I heard that even at that point, sometimes they'll go into the stands and be like, hey, can we get the ball back? We'll give you fucking free nachos and shit.
And that did some shit happen like with Tom Brady, I think?